All right, I got my glasses.
Dun 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 dun. Oh my god, the music. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Actually, let me see if my mic's even on. Okay. Bazinga. Bazinga. Hello? What's up, guys? Sorry it took so long. I had to find my glasses. Had to make coffee. Now I gotta turn off my speaker. Blasted Unravel by TK Ling. Tokyo Ghoul opening, dude. Crazy. How you guys doing? Let's say hi to everyone in chat. How you guys doing? Sir Beans, Cheese Master, Alex, Little Monster, 43 Icy, Sulfuric, True Lamb. Oh. How you guys doing? Alive? That's pretty sad. Let me get everything set up. Sorry. Slasher, how you doing? Let me turn down the music on my end. How's everyone doing? Yo, how you guys doing? Wanted to, I just came back from playing Spectrobes. I just recorded. I need to edit the video, but I wanted to stream. I also promised myself last week that I would stream like once a week. Dude, I don't want to be a liar. Kello, what's up? Chilling, drawing on the iPad. Hell yeah, dude. What you drawing? I tried to get into drawing like I think two months ago, dude. Oh my gosh. Never again. I just can't draw. I know a lot of like YouTuber people that draw. Like that's like their main content. They draw. They do like animations and stuff. And I just cannot ever think of doing that. Let me think. Do I want to think about if I want a hoodie or not? First time peeping to stream, watching my content for 5 years. That's crazy. Welcome in, but dude, that's like when I think of people that watch my content for 5 years, I think about how old I was making that content. I was like 18, because I'm 23 now. And that's insane. Okay, real quick, special shout out to everyone on Twitch. Really appreciate you. Not to say that YouTube is better than not to say that Twitch is better than YouTube, but down the line when I do more stream content, it will be on Twitch. Not to say that you gotta go on Twitch and follow. Like, you do not have to do that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not trying to shill or anything, right? That's like whatever. But more so, down the line especially, I want to do more content that's not as gaming based. And I think this channel for YouTube wise is more gaming based. Twitch will be more of like a variety thing. So if you care to see that, go on Twitch. If you don't, totally fine. What am I can't control your life, right? I can't. Yeah, dog, you were in middle school. Yeah, dude, that's the crazy part. Like, when I made my first videos, it was COVID. I was taking statistics. Yeah, I remember that. AP statistics, taking that, made my first video, COVID hit, posted my first video, that blew up, and then I just did it full time. Went to college for like 7 weeks and dropped out. Damn, my acne is bad. All right. But yeah, I'm going to let the stream run for like 2 more minutes. I gotta go ahead and open up everything. Nah, shouldn't be that bad. But the quick agenda, going to be playing Mewgenics for like an hour. It's gonna be super chill. Mewgenics, for those that don't know, it's the brand new Edmund McMillan game, creator of Binding of Isaac, made a new game. Mewgenics is like a cat roguelike game with kind of like a strategy tactics based gameplay loop. It's super fun. I played it like a little bit. I made like 1 episode on it. But beyond that, it's like I would argue it's like a stream game. I wouldn't like make more episodes on it simply because. But then afterwards, I want to watch a couple of YouTube videos. A lot of YouTube videos that I found look really interesting. For example, do you guys think being a small YouTuber is harder or easier than being a big YouTuber? I found a video talking about the death of Pixelmon. I found another video talking about YouTuber advice is bad, and another YouTuber made a video called The Fear of Living a Mediocre Life. So there's a lot of gaming stuff, YouTuber stuff, and maybe philosophy stuff that I want to watch later. But yeah, to kick it off, Mewgenics. Mewgenics is going to slap. So let me open that up. Sorry, it's really loud. Yeah, the game's really loud on my end. Whoopsie daisy. But yeah, before doing that, I'm just gonna read more chat. I really do appreciate you guys coming in and saying hi. You know, maybe you're lurking, maybe you're chilling. I really appreciate it. The stream, like, I'm gonna be straight up honest. Like, if you want like a crazy fun stream, it's not gonna be that. This is gonna be a super chill one. I don't know what happened, but like, I'm still relatively sick. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I've like contracted a brand new illness, but ever since I got sick 3 weeks ago, I haven't recovered properly. Pop this up. Oh my god, dude, I hate streaming. There we go. All right, let me know if you guys can see the screen. I'm gonna read some chat. Sir Beans, in your time you've been playing Night Rain, interesting pattern, which is half the players you talk to are either high or drunk. Dude, honestly, that's super chill. Like actually, when I think about, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna open up. When I was in high school, I never did any drugs. I'm not saying that's like an accomplishment, right? But like up until I turned 19, I did nothing. The only thing I did was homework. Every weekend, I swear to God, I had 8 hours of homework every weekend. Every weekend from sophomore year of high school to senior year, 8 hours of homework. 5 hours of that consisted of math, which is why when I went to college, I skipped all of my math courses because I think I took like 4 math classes in sophomore year. But with that being said, growing up and finally being exposed to everything, I could see why everyone smokes and drinks. Not to say that, like, I'm not trying to encourage it, right? But like, I understand. It's just a way to relax. For me, when I was relaxing, my relaxation was doing homework. You know how fucked up that is? That's like messed up. Like, how fucked up do you have to be there where you go to school? I went to school at 6 a.m. every day, by the way. I went to school at 6 a.m., got home at 8 p.m. because I had clubs, I had boxing, and I had an hour commute. The only way to relax was to do homework. Miserable. Anyway, not to trauma dump, but yeah. Abdib, what's up, dude? First time catching stream, dude. I see you in my comment section. I recognize your name. Hell yeah, dude. Lamb, my mom has drilled no drugs into my brain. You will never touch drugs. I will argue. Okay. I'm not going to argue that you guys should be doing drugs. By the way, can you let me know how the game sounds like? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? I don't want it to be too... because this game's really loud on my end. I'm going to say this right now. Do not be afraid to try drugs. Okay? What I mean by that, don't clip this out of context, okay? Don't be afraid to try drugs. Here's the reason why. Some people never ever try it in their entire lives, which is fine, right? Which is totally fine. My point being is, if you are a parent and you raise your kid to be super, super, super strict, you never let them do anything. By the time they go to college, they will do everything because they've been around people that will peer pressure them to do everything. I'm not saying that you should go ahead and try drinking and then go on a fucking race, right? Like you're like, don't do stupid shit, but in moderation, try it with like people you trust. That way you can see if you like it in a safe environment and then decide from there to do it or not. That's what I'm saying. The reason why I argue for that is because if you do it for the first time via peer pressure or like, I don't know, maybe you're out peer pressure by a group of people, etc., and you do it in a stupid place surrounded by a lot of people that are trying to take advantage of you, I would argue that's like super bad. So that's what I'm saying. But don't be I will not be the cause for your DUIs. Anyway, lock in. Wait, where's my mouse? I can't see my mouse. How come my stream can see my mouse, but I can't see my mouse? What? Okay, you guys can see my mouse on stream, but I can't. I'm so confused. Ryan, what's up, dude? Holy shit, what's up, man? First time you caught a stream, dude. This will be the last time because I might not stream after this. I might get canceled. breaking in, local YouTuber promotes DUIs. Dude, okay, I don't know what the hell's happening, but what is wrong with my screen? I can't see my mouse. Okay, hold on. I have a solution. Don't know how to feel about the solution, but it'll have to do. Can you see my... Why can't I see my mouse? I can see it now. I can see it now. Okay, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. All right. There we go. Lock in. Okay. So, Ferric, what's up, guys? Sorry, I didn't read chat. I was on my tangent. I got really bad into it. Where's my save data? Sorry. I know why it's not working. I'm logged into the wrong account. I have 2 Steam accounts. One is for my 100% and one is for general gameplay. That way I can enjoy the games I want to play on my own time if I want to revisit it. Let me log into my actual Steam account. How's everyone doing? I'm sorry I'm taking this so long. Telling him I'm going to ask this again. I didn't see it. But have you played Risk of Rain, or do you plan to at all? So I played Risk of Rain maybe 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. It wasn't too bad. It was just a while back. I did not like it. That's a hot take. I know it's a hot take, and here's why I didn't like it. I got motion sick. I got really motion sick while playing the game. That's not my fault. That's just... Okay, no, that is my fault. But also, you guys can't really see my setup right now, but like my setup is made in a way where it kind of promotes motion sickness. I don't have a standing desk. I don't have like a lot of stuff. So... honestly, like that's just how it is. Like I thought about revisiting it, but then I don't know. Like the way that I see it is like if I want to play a roguelike game, I have to stick with one roguelike and grind it for a year. Last year was Binding of Isaac. This year, I kind of already set it to be Enter the Gungeon. I know Mewgenics is a roguelike, but is it because I talk about Binding of Isaac? Hey, Steven. You may know me as Games from Binding of Isaac. From here on out, you're going to remember me as Mr. Rossetti guy. I'm here because you're fucking with the game save. No, dude. I swapped Steam accounts. It's not my fault that my main Steam account is messed up. Or maybe you just accidentally exited during combat. Oh, yeah, I did that. Get me out of here. Oh my gosh, he keeps talking. All right, hold on. Let me turn up the game volume. Turn down the music. Okay. I'm gonna abandon this adventure because I've already done this and I died, so I reset. We're gonna do like one mewgenics run. Low-key light work. Oh, hey, Micro. Ryan, hope you're doing well. Is there lore behind the John Cena behind you? What are you talking about? What? What? What is he talking about? Yeah, the game's really loud, huh? Here's the thing, it's like loud on my end, but also not loud at the same time. All right, hopefully this volume's fine. All right. Why did you skip it? It was actually interesting. I already saw the cutscene before. It keeps popping up for me. Okay. Yeah. I need 4 cats. So I'm gonna keep skipping the days. There we go. Clock in. Meow. Okay, we got 4 cats. Meow. Light work. Meow. Okay. So, I don't know how much mewgenics content you guys have seen yet, but I have a decent amount of progress on this game. As you can see, I've unlocked Junkyard, Sewers, Caves, and Boneyard, which are the next, technically, 2 stages. I was gonna make a video on it, but I didn't want to. Depart. Lil Monster, do you need to watch the first video to understand it? No, you're good to watch the stream. I'll explain everything. Okay. So we could pick 6 classes, right? I'm gonna go off and do Thief. This guy's a lot of HP. Fighter. I'll do Ranger for him. And this will be my mage. So you can pick classes for your cats to give them different stats and different skills. This might not be the most optimal way. We might die. However, these collars right here, you get more. So I only have 6 unlocked. I need 9. Lock in. Okay. Typically you'll have items to put on your character, but I don't have any items. But we're gonna lock in. And this is the game. Let's do this. This is a roguelike, brand new run. No save file stuff, no meta progression. The only thing I have unlocked is more stages. This game's really low. Okay. The main menu music reminds you of Perry the Platypus music. Pretty valid. Okay. I'm going to quickly explain for those that have never played Mewgenics or didn't watch the first video. Turn order is in the top right. You have to kill everything. These are your skills. There's mana down here, and you can move a specific amount. Your stats depend, or your stats affect how much you move and how much damage you do. For those that are wondering why I'm explaining as well, I kind of forgot how to play the game. So I have these skills. By the way, every single round, your skills will typically change because you get different cats. But we're playing on Thief, so I should get a backstab. Okay. Go here. Kill over here. Skill over here. Makes them run away. These cats run away. Enter. Okay. Is this more of a roguelike? This is a roguelite, I would argue. There's a lot of roguelike aspects. I would kind of argue it's more like, actually no. I think it is a roguelike. The cats you get, they can inherit traits from their parents when they reproduce, but I don't think it's like insanely... what is it called? Like dependent on your previous runs. However, actually no, it is kind of a roguelite. It's a roguelite in the sense that when we get items in this game, you will see that we can carry them onto the next run, but they will break. So there's... Sorry, I'm like locking in right now. Deal 1 damage to yourself, 50% chance to spawn a friendly flea. Yeah, let's do that. Can't move. I'll attack the corp. Okay. Dostoevsky. Lob shot. Kill that. I'll do flea shot. Get rid of that. Tunnel. Dig to any open tile. That's pretty cool. This is like D&D but without dice. There's a lot of D&D aspects about this game. You'll see when we get like more items. I really like it. I do want to play D&D one day. Never played it before, but I feel like I would really enjoy D&D. The only time I actually know of D&D is from Stranger Things and Big Bang Theory, maybe? Okay. What am I moving? My thief. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna TP in front. I'm gonna nail throw. It hits me? It counter... Okay, I'm leaving. I can't move there. I'll move over here. Can't do a lob shot. I'll lob a corpse instead. Is there anything there? Nope. But yeah, this game is, I don't know. Like I tried, I really enjoy playing this game off camera. It's just not a game that I would make a series on. Lightning bolt or rat roulette. Deal 1 damage to a random unit. If you kill that unit, take an extra turn. Ah, go fish. Move up here. And we win. Okay. You'll recommend D&D, but the biggest issue is scheduling. Yeah, no, dude, the scheduling is like what I'm like worried about. Like, now that I'm 23, all of my friends have jobs. And I can't necessarily work with their schedule sometimes. Like, if anything, I'm the most flexible because, you know, by the way, we got an item. Skull cap. +3 shield. When it breaks, gain +1 intelligence and 3 health regen. Light work. Clock in. But, you know, everyone in my life has a job. And I like, we cannot afford, or at least I can't afford hanging out. And they can't do that either. Because, like, they have real jobs, right? I'm a YouTuber. Being a YouTuber is not a real job. Rat roulette or magic dart. Hit it with the rat roulette. Wow. Cat call. Wow, this is a really cool skill. Confront. You go in front of the enemy? Wow, that's a really good skill. I've never had that skill before. See, the thing with this game is that there's so much. There's so many things about this game. There's like 300 achievements. I saw a review on Steam where they've been playtesting for 250 hours and there's still content to do. I want to get to that point, part of the game where everything is just like brand new. Also, why can't I hit beyond the water tiles? Aerosmith. Lock in. And turn. Okay, I'm gonna itch. I'm gonna move over here. Backshot the fly. Kills the fly. Flees over there. Next turn is this fly. Then the cat over there. Okay. Minion, what's up, dude? How you been? We're just playing mewgenics right now. Chilling. I guess there's a reason why Isaac is staying this strong for so long. Yeah. I don't know, like, I believe this is a fantastic game. I believe that if I play this for 30 more hours, I would love this game. But me personally, as a person, I just prefer Binding of Isaac. I just like action games. These type of games are not my type of game. Maybe like when I get older, right? I can see that. Lob shot again. I'll lob shot over here. Dude, my mage can't do crap. Grayson, what are you doing, man? Rat roulette. Screw it. Oh. Adele, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? Minion, you're sick, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm low-key still sick too, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening in the air. Maybe there's COVID-25 going about, but actually miserable. I hate it. Did you try Expedition? Yeah. Yeah, I love Expedition. My, what was my Expedition? Expedition was my top 2 game of the year, I believe. Yeah. Expedition was my top 2 game of the year. Yo, these fleas are crazy. Alright, they should win. Locked in. This seems more chill, but that means Isaac is more hype. Yeah, I would argue that Isaac is, how do you describe it? Isaac is the roguelike I would want to play. This is a roguelike, but this is more like a, if you like Slay the Spire, right? Like a more strategy intensive game, getting items. I got a mystical blindfold. What does that do? Like, I'm having a lot of fun on this game. I really, really, really do. This game is super fun. I need to put this on something that would miss. Lightning bolt, maybe? +4 intelligence. Yeah, I'll put it on here. Intelligence. Adil, what is this game? This is mewgenics. This is the brand new game that was created by Edmund McMillan, who created Binding of Isaac. This is just a game that I would play like to relax, right? Like, you guys are very relaxed, right? In the stream. Let's take this. Do I hit it? I got anxiety. I hate my life. Like, I play this game to relax. If I'm in a Discord call, Greedy Scouts versus Lucy. If I'm in a Discord call, calm down. Play this game. It's super chill, right? Nothing too crazy, right? Her powerful spells take time to charge up. Lock in. gotta walk over there. Crap. Gucci, what's up, man? How you been, brother? Hold up. Let me lock in. Confront. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I'm gonna leave. Dude, my cats suck. Maybe I just suck, man. I'm sorry. Locked in. Oh, misdemeanor. Okay. I need to get out of this white space. Go over here. I'm gonna itch. Wait, does it hit me? Hello? Okay. I don't even know what to do. Okay. I'll move over here. Can I hit it from here? What is my cat's range, man? You're a magician. Why do you have the range of a brawler? Okay, I need to move. I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna flee shot. And I'm gonna shoot an arrow. I'm gonna end my turn. Holy crap, dude. This guy's gonna freaking explode. I'm gonna smack. I'm gonna summon a flea. I'm gonna move. Out of range. Flee again. These two are gonna get hit. Grayson might die. But then Dostoevsky or Misdemeanor. Can I hit from over here? I can't. Tactical retreat. I can't do anything. Oh my gosh! Okay. Fine. Clock in. Move over here. Lightning bolt. Stun. I don't know if that's stunned. Is it not? Missed. Stun. Again. Again. Okay. Move over here. Attack. Summon a flea. Summon a flea. And turn. And then he... Misdemeanor can move over here. Tactical retreat over here. Sever artery. Nail throw. Rearm. Boom. Sever artery. Locked in. I'm so locked in. How do you enjoy the game so far? Don't let me. Welcome to the stream. I like the game. I like the game. I like the game. I would say that I wouldn't make any content on it. Like, this stream is just a stream. I'm not gonna do more videos on it. Maybe I will. I might play it off camera. But in terms of gameplay wise, if you like Slay the Spire, if you like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of other games, but like I just can't. Like, I just think of this, like, I think a lot of people were going into this game expecting Binding of Isaac, which I think is the wrong thing to do because, you know, Binding of Isaac is a very different category of this game. Binding of Isaac, you're moving around with a controller. This is a strategy, turn-based tactics game, which I really like. But if you like strategy games like this, I think you would enjoy it. This is a very chill game. This is a game that I would play to, like, I don't know, if I was like visiting a retirement home, this is what I would play. All right, I'm locking in. Nail throw. Kill the child. Kandarin. Rearm. Tactical retreat. All right, tactical retreat. Move over here. The mice are now moving. Beans, you gotta go to sleep? Dude, good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. Also, 11 p.m. Where the hell are you based? Meteor storm. Wait. What? Meteor storm. Should I just use Meteor? I'm gonna try this. Oh, I can choose? Whoa! Grayston! That is sick. Okay, let's, Cube has a lot of HP. I want to end this battle quick. Go over here. I'm gonna smack. Enter. Dostoevsky. Cannot reach there. But I can dig over here. And then I can hit. Kills that. Gets mana. Fully shot. End turn. He moves up. Smacks me. Doesn't kill. I move over behind him. I get the back shot. Oh! And I kill. Light work! I'm locked in. This rat is still alive? I can't. All right, I'll just get money. And then I kill. What? Bolt? No. I just unturn. There we go. Cool boy, what's up, dude? Agent's finally streaming when I'm not at school or work. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I know I have horrible streaming hours, but don't worry. Don't worry. It's not gonna get any better. All right. Cosmic Punch. Punch a unit into space. They will fall back down at the next round. Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Lock in. Pinky, like from the hit game Terraria. Dude, there's so many Terraria references in this game. Snakeskin hat. All right. Like I said, I lost my last round. Spawn a charmed rattlesnake at the start of each round. Seriously? That's cool. Ooh, okay. Okay, look. Pokemon reference, rare candy. Shank. When behind an adjacent to an enemy, your basic attack is a melee attack that hits twice. Yep, get that. Have you ever played any gacha games in your life? I played Genshin Impact when it first came out. That's kind of it. I played Black Ops 3 when they introduced supply drops. Advanced Warfare, I would argue those are, yeah. Uppercuts any adjacent units at the start of its turn. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna TP, move behind it. I'm gonna shank it. What? Why did it do 1 damage? It has brace. Take 4 less damage from all sources. Screw it. Kandarin. Oh! Okay. Gain mana. Screw it. I got the baggie. I'm gonna add bleed onto it. What does bleed do? Take 1 damage. Takes damage at the end of the round, then increase bleed by 1. All right, I'll do that because I can't. If I rearm, I'm only gonna do 2 damage. I'll inflict. Okay, the bleed didn't work. Let me do it again. Screw you, man. All right. I want to do Cosmic Punch. Confront. Oh god, it's gonna smack me. That was a bad move. Hit. Walk this way. No! Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Misdemeanor ran away. Okay, cool. Meteor Storm. It did not hit. That's okay. I'm gonna walk over here. I'm gonna smash. It missed. That's okay. Carousel. Move over here. Lob shot. Lob shot. Oh my god, this boss is horrible. I'm so locked in. Hold on. Okay, I can't hit it. I'm just gonna get food. I can't hit it from here. That's okay. I end turn. Hassan, what's up, dude? How you been? I'm gonna lock in. Okay. There's fire. Okay, here's the thing. I can't see behind this. Is there fire in front of this? Screw it. I move. Cosmic Punch. Huh. Oh, that's cool. It killed Grayson. Okay, hold on, lock in. Why did I reload? He's gonna kill me. Kills the flea. Walks over. Hits Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky's dead. This run may be cooked. Oh no, I can win. Oh, I win. Oh my gosh, dude, this game is so rough. Okay. Fervor. Okay. So now I can decide if I want to keep going into like the harder levels, or I can go home. Monocle. I'll go into a harder level. Junkyard or sewers? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Dinklenut, what's up, man? How far into the game is this? 4 hours in. 4 hours in, whenever you beat a run, you unlock more areas to go into. So for example, when you do your first run, when you beat that boss, you can only go home, right? There's a home mark here. But now I can go into the sewers or in the junkyard. So I'm gonna go in the sewers. But every run that you beat, you unlock the next area. And then if you beat that area, you can go into the next area type of thing. So I'm about 4 hours in. But from my understanding, there's like 1,000 hours of content in this game. That's what the person told me at the team. Okay, I might die here. Okay, I'm gonna move up here. I'm gonna nail throw. Damn, this crit. Screw it. Let's rearm. Kill him. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish enemies. Yeah, you're way ahead. 10 hours already? Hell yeah, dude. I'm probably gonna play like all night. Okay, I'm going to confront. Move back here. Back shot. There's a cat here. I'm gonna move back. And there's a cat over there too. Cool. I'm gonna do rat roulette. Missed. I love that. Thank you. I'll move here. Magic dart. Why am I missing? Is this cat blind? I think it is. It has a blindfold on. Damn it. They're gonna kill me. Oh my god. I should have went home. If I went home, I could have gotten the loot, and I could have brought over stronger loot for the next game. Okay. Fully shot. Dude, this rattlesnake goes crazy. Ambushes enemies who walks past it. Damn it! There's a piece of poop in the way. Are you? Okay. What class is the yellow cat? I think it's the thief class. Yeah. Okay. Back shot. And then cosmic punch this guy. And turn. No, my rattlesnake died! That's okay. Shoot a flea. Kills that. Damn, blew up. And then I'm gonna move back. Kill this little poop. I'll shoot a flea over here. Now the flea has a turn eventually to kill this thing. Oh, cube, no. Wait, cube, yes. Cube kills, gains 5 HP, blows up everything, and dies. Hello? Ooh, hold on. Critical attacks deal 100% more damage than a total. Your basic attack has a +1 area, but deals less damage. Ew. I'll take sniper. Locked in. Trebek, glad to see you streaming. Suit your content more. Thank you, dude. Thanks for coming in and saying that. I really appreciate that. All right. Locked in again. I swear, though, we... Holy mantle! I'm fucking fighting a fetus gusher. What the fuck? Okay. Ew. That's one. And turn. Walk over here. Back shot. Itch. Itch. How is he hitting me from that far away? Okay. Wait. Does a lightning bolt work in the water? Does it just kill everything? Whoa! It does! I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna magic dart. Why does it miss? What is wrong with this cat? Is there a secret accuracy stat? Holy shit, man. Mystical blindfold. Your physical attacks and abilities always miss. This attack counts as both magical and physical. Oh, great. Great, great. I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna take that off. Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, a cock! Wait, no, come back. Everyone's gonna die. This is not a good run, dude. Why did I... No, no, Grayson's gonna die. Lock in. Get out of here, buddy. I'm gonna go in here. Smack. Oh, he's gonna die. I gotta end this quick. I'm gonna move over here. Back shot. I gotta keep these guys alive. And then I can rearm. Sever artery. All right, I'm getting the groove. Like, I know my character's moves now. Okay, goodbye, Grayson. You're blind anyway. You can't do jack. I don't know why I gave you a blindfold. Hey, there's a cock here. Can I kill it? I think if you kill the chicken, you get like a power up. Yeah, you do. Hold up. Yeah, but I don't have enough juice to kill it. That's fine. Lob shot. Glee shot. Enter. What just happened? I blinked and everything died. All right. Back shot. Oh! Okay. I want to kill this chicken. Can I move all the way there? Rearm. Tactical retreat. Ow. Yo. I want this goddamn chicken. No, it ended the game! Okay. Okay. Whatever. Honestly, if this run ends up working out, I'm gonna lose my mind. Actually, I'm scared because, yo, I'm not gonna lie. I might shit my pants. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not even joking. I think like 4 months ago I shat my pants. You love radar dish? Dinklenut, you are my savior. You are going to help me win these runs. Golden egg, lock in. Seriously? That's pretty good. Can I take this blindfold off? Your physical attacks and abilities always miss. Well, why the hell would I ever... Oh, because it gives you more magic juice. Well, everyone here is a physical goddamn fighter, dude. I hate this boss. I hate the Flush Master. Dude, this thing is so annoying. He just kills your entire team. Okay. I'm locking in. Locked in. And turn. I'm locked in. I don't know why I did that. I'm locked in though. Okay, now he's gonna attack me. He will kill everything. Will he? All right, come on. Wait. Back shot? Cosmic punch? Wait, why did I cosmic punch? Now I can't do anything. Damn it! Oh, why? What am I doing? Why am I throwing? Do I just end turn? I mean, maybe it works out. Oh, God. Hold on. I didn't mean to click that square! Oh, shit! Why did he just... Did he trip on a rock? Why did I go next to him? I forgot. Okay. Okay. I deserve to die. Just kill me. So scuffed. Oh. Oh my God. We win. You had a trap there? Dude, why? I don't remember this, man. This is not the game for me. This is a zero flop. What's up, man? This is not the game for me. Okay, let me see. Misdemeanor leveled up. Oh, misdemeanor. Like the crime. That's pretty funny. More strength. Locked in. What is that? Focus band. Your crits knock units back. Seriously? That's a Pokemon reference. No. Okay. I'm not going down to hard lane. Frayed wires. Electric melee attack that can... Yep, I want that. And a rare candy. Your basic attack deals 1+ electric damage and has a chance to stun. When you end your turn with exactly 5 mana, gain +5 shield. When you kill a unit or corpse becomes meat, inflict one... Nah, give me lightning pause. Okay, who do I want to give this to? I'll give them misdemeanor. Okay, my goal is to just make this make it out of here alive. I'm not gonna win a third run. Brain candy. Lock in, twin. All right, lock in, twin. Wait, why is there so many enemies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay. The fuck? Okay. I go over here. I'm gonna itch. I'm gonna itch. And I'm gonna smack. Get the HP back. Okay. Ew. Rat roulette. I'm so goated. I got an item. I don't know what it was. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, 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 no. Just a random question I thought about. Have you guys ever played the Nintendo 64? I was talking with a couple of buds of mine, and we were having an argument of how apparently they're actually not that much older than me. They were 25, I'm 23. So I asked him, what console did you have growing up? He said a Nintendo 64. Dude, I've never met a motherfucker that had a Nintendo 64. At least my age. Like, I grew up with the DS. Not to say, like, you can't have a DS and you're 25, right? But, like, when I grew up, I didn't have that. Like, I mainly played Nintendo, PSP, Wii. And that's, like, really kind of it. I wasn't really that crazy of a person. Alright, I'm gonna lock in over here. Nail throw. Rearm. And then I'll just do it again. I hit him with a double whammy. I'm crazy like that, really. Grew up with the PS1. Holy shit, what? Why are you watching me? Really? PS1? What did the PS1 have? Wait, I'm actually genuinely interested, because, like, here's the thing, like, whenever I play older games, like Spectrobes, or Legendary Starfy, Cooking Mama, Fossil Fighters, whatever, right? Those games came out in 2008. But I've never played anything on, like, the GameCube, PS2, and I want to. It's just I don't know what games to play. Like, I know people recommend Majora's Mask, or you know what? I'm kind of blanking out. I don't really know what other games, but like people recommend those games to me, and I'm like, dude, I don't know if I want to play them because I just never had. The only PS2 game I played is Kingdom Hearts, and I never finished it. Holy shit! But PS1's crazy, dude. Cause, oh crap, what console did I have growing up that I really liked? Like, other than my 360, I can't, like, I had a PS3 growing up as well, but like my 360 was like my main bread and butter. Also, where is this enemy at? Is it in the sky? Oh yeah. Oh nice. Your brother had it? Ah. Most I've done is Pirate Ocarina of Time. Only 4 games on the thing. I had a really bad one. 2 really good ones and 1 masterpiece. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I've heard a lot of... Okay. I've heard so much about Wind Waker. What is it? What is Wind Waker? I don't know what the hell it is. I've heard so many people talking about it. I've seen some videos on it, but what is it? I don't know what it is. Like, it's kind of insane how much I see it pop up. Rotten meat. Why would I want rotten meat? Rotten meat. Funny. Legend of Zelda, but the ocean. Really? That's pretty cool. Like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Star Wars game that was bad. Pokemon Stadium 1 and Snap. Dude, Pokemon Snap. I've thought about going back to that. I played it for a little bit when I was a kid. I don't know how I had an uncle. I think it was my uncle that gave me the game or had me play it with him. Pokemon Snap was crazy. I remember when I was a kid on my my 3DS. I think crap, what was it? On my 3DS, I had a Pokemon game where it literally was not a Pokemon game. It was a Pokédex. Boris. It was a Pokédex. And I would sit there for hours on end scrolling through every Pokemon Black and White Pokédex entry as if I didn't already beat the game as a kid. God, I love Pokemon Black and White, my favorite game. All right, this guy has 200 HP. Moves 1 tile towards whatever damages. Will dash on its last turn, trample. That's fun. Okay. Okay, Shank. Wow! I just killed something that I owned. Sorry. All right, hold on. We're locked in. Immobile. Damn it, it turned around? Why? Punch. Get out of here. It didn't move. All right. Jump over here. Okay, mage. Brain candy. Okay. Enter. I'm locked in. Hold on. Gain poison 1 and then your basic attack becomes puke shot. Okay. Versus lob shot. I'll try it. No, I hit my child. I'll move over here. Okay. Move behind it. I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna move behind it again. And turn. It moves. Okay. Go over here. Backshot king. Dude, the damage is insane on that. And turn. Meteor storm. Nice. Lightning bolt. Will the lightning, if I hit this, will the lightning bolt hit him? It does. Walk over here. Magic dart. And turn. I forgot my magic dart also has lightning. Flea shot. I miss. Walk over here. Puke shot. Hits. And turn. Water. It moves closer to the middle. Let's go behind it over here. Hit it with itch. Smack it. It pushes me. 17 HP, not bad. I'm gonna move out of the way. Okay. Misdemeanor. I'm going to tactical retreat. Backshot. Good damage. And then I end my turn. Now, I can I magic dart the water? No. I'll just use Meteor Storm. Oh god, never mind. It's gonna hit everything. Magic dart the water. Hits it. Bolt the water. Hits it. Bolt the water again. Hits it. And then I'll move it down over here. Stunned. Uh-huh. Flea shot. And turn. Okay. Hit. Itch. Move into the main space. Alright, hold on. I gotta lock in. I'm not reading chat yet. Sorry, hold on. I really want to win this. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move back here. Now we can backshot. Huge. Goes in the trap. And turn. It's immobile. You just run. Huge. Nice. Immobile still. It dashes. Move over here. Flea shot. Poison. Water moves everything. It's okay. He moves one time. We're still alive. Move here. Itch. Hit. Itch. Move over here. And turn. Oh my god. Backshot. Light work. Wasn't worried. Okay. Should I go on or go home? I'm gonna go on. All right. I'm gonna re-chat. Samuel, what's up, dude? I'm sorry. I didn't see you come into the chat, dude. How you been? Still Ferric. You excited for any games coming out this year? Dude, I'm actually excited for Voidling Bound. I'm actually very surprised you mentioned that. I've been keeping in touch with that game for a while. That looks so good. But yeah, on that game, I'm super excited for that. Some monster taming games, maybe. I try to keep an eye out for that, but like all the games that I wanted to play this year already been coming out. I'm excited for Reanimal. Reanimal comes out in like 3 days, or 2 days, I should say, 2 days, which is the Little Nightmares 3. It's not actually Little Nightmares 3. It's the one where the developer made it, because Little Nightmares 3 is not made by the developer. Locked in, twin. Hold up. Wait, I'm actually so I'm so locked in. Uh-huh. Okay. Enter. My mage. Holy sh... Rat roulette. I killed my child. Whoops. Have you heard of Animo? I think that is one of the games I was thinking about. Animo. I'm pretty sure I saw that game. It looks really, really good. I think it's like you become the monster. No, I don't think it's that. My bad. No, it's not that. But I've seen the game. Yeah, that's one of the games that I was thinking about. I think. I'm gonna preface it with an I think. And turn. Okay, I'm really focused right now because I've never been in this level. I'm really worried. I don't want to lose. Round 2. Okay. Okay. Damn. Damn. Wait, where's everything else? Where are the enemies at? I see this one. Is that it? Is everything else in the sky? It's right there. I didn't see that. Oh my god. Are you... Misdemeanor died! It comboed it! Wait, they're hiding. That's their thing. Disguises itself as inanimate objects. Okay. Okay. There's one more around here, and I don't remember what it was. It's right there. Cube is dead. Grayson died too. I walked in front of it. I forgot it has an ambush move.
We're not surviving. We're not surviving. Oh no. Have you been watching any shows recently?
Big Bang Theory. JJK season. Freyra new season. I think that's it, actually. Not too many shows recently, unfortunately. Dude, we're gonna die. They had a 2-week-long closed beta? Seriously? I didn't even know that. I gotta look at more gameplay of anime before I decide if I want to get it or not. Oh, crap. What is this? Mega poop? Leave behind poop when you move. Why? Okay. I'm gonna give Lunchbox a misdemeanor. This is rough. Oh, goodness me. Okay. You're always entertained about my Pokemon Go rants? Dude. I'm kind of sad that I don't play Pokemon Go anymore. It's not that I don't play it often. I still play it. I was playing it today for like an hour. This little bastard is right here. I'm killing you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just stopped playing Pokemon Go because, number one, I'm dead. Number one, it's very pay to win. It's also very FOMO based. Also, all of the events, a lot of them repeat. It's not bad that they repeat, but it's just kind of like when you play Pokemon, right? Like, let's say like you just play Pokemon in general. You play Pokemon. Well, what are you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna lose it! I killed it! Okay. When you play Pokemon, right? You only want like a couple of Pokemon, right? You only want a couple. And when you play for like a year consistently, you kind of just have everything you want. So you don't need to do Sentry mode. What is this? You don't need to play again, right? To a degree. Wait, what? Sentry mode. Can I not attack when I'm in Sentry mode? That's funny. Like, I enjoy playing Pokemon Go. It's like, it's one of my favorite games, right? It's really fun. It's really cool, right? Going for shinies, meeting new people, going on raids, etc., right? But the thing about the game is that once you play for a year, you do most of it, I would argue. Most of it. Like, I'm waiting for new events, waiting for new Pokemon, but... Wait a minute. One of these motherfuckers is not a piece of stone. Who is it? Is it you? No. Who is it? It's one of these guys. Someone around these parts is a fake rock. I found you! Wait, what? There's another one? Oh, he's dead. I put him in the sky. Ah, my bad. My bad. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, my heart hurts. Chain lightning. Dude, we're not gonna live the caves. It's too hard. I got a frying pan. What the fuck am I gonna do? Block and counter backstabs. Oh, actually, that's pretty useful. Yeah, you know what? Very nice. Cube found a chainsaw? A multi-hit melee attack with a 25% chance to cleave, usable once per battle. Oh! Oh! Okay. Lock in. Lock in. Big slime. Terraria reference. Lock in. Lock in. 64. A melee attacker splits into 4 medium slimes on death. Okay. Okay. Good turn. Itch. Go fish. Okay. Move. I can't hit with chain lightning. I can't hit with anything. I'm gonna kill myself. Okay. Can't hit it with a mushroom. Okay. Move over here. I'm out of range. Aerosmith. Enter. Okay. We're gonna win. Watch this. If you knew there was a trap, why would you walk there, Adrian? What the fuck? Okay. Lock in. TP behind it. There's a trap. Now I smack it. It pushes it into the trap. Yup. And turn. Now with this. Meteor Storm. It's on fire. Magic Dart. Magic Dart the rock. Pushes the rock into it. Black Mushroom. Bazinga. And turn. Now. Hit this. Flea shot. Hit it again. Bunch of children. Rotten meat. Aerosmith. Okay, the kids are coming to attack. They killed Misdemeanor. Why are the kids so strong? Oh. Oh. Okay. Frayed wires. Electric shock. Electric therapy. Very good. Kill. What? There's more children? Screw you! In turn. Will this work on all these enemies? Ah! It killed Cube! I didn't know! Flee? Puke shot? Puke shot? What's happening? Why are they moving so much? Wait, are these my only 2 cats left? These are my only 2 cats left? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We have 2 turns to decide everything. We're gonna chain lightning to kill this and some other things. I hit my friend. I'm going to move up. Bolt. It summons more children? Oh no, I'm dead. Okay. Walk back. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Wait, I'm locking in. Flea shot. End turn. Grayson's dead. There's no way. Wait, Grayson, you could do something legendary. You can kill everything before they kill you! 1v4. I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna attack. Oh my god. Wait, I'm poisoned! Well, that was a little bit stressful. Flea shot plus. Give me that shit. Give me that shit, dude. Yeah. We're over. There's no way we're winning. You win at what cost? I win? Yeah, I'm dead, dude. There's no fucking way, dude. It's so over, dude. We have no HP. We got no items. We got nothing. I didn't even... I don't play this game, dude. I have 4 hours. I'll buy this, though. How much do I have to survive? I'm not going down hard. I do this. I do this enemy, and then there's like another one, right? I'm leaving. Dude, I'm cooked. I'm so screwed. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, no. No. Okay, 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 okay. Why are they moving so fast? Okay, watch this, though. Watch this, though. Watch this, though. One bitch dead. Tactical retreat. I end my turn. They have to come to me. I move over here. I attack. Bazinga. Flea shot. Bazinga. It missed? End turn. My flea smacked someone. Ugh. Do I hit him with the rat roulette? Screw it. Rat roulette. I'm crazy with it. I move over here.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
We got Black Pussy on the radio next. Not White Pussy. This one's called Black Pussy. On the radio, Black Pussy.
What? Why is this guy named Adrian? Oh my god. Well. He looks just like you too. Dude, I will ban you from my chat. This is not the time for jokes. I'm playing with you. Okay, well, I should have just went home. I should have just went home. Oh, dude. I walked into my own trap. Why? Oh, dude, I was having so much fun too. What do you want, Butch? Tell me what you want, man. I noticed you keep losing. Losing makes you look like a loser. I trained you, you're making me look bad. If you want to be a winner, listen to me. Are you ready for a few tips? You probably know mana is an important stat. But did you realize that if your blank is the same or more than your favorite smell, you can cast it every turn? I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm gonna take a breather for 5 minutes before I scream and break my computer. Get me off this goddamn game. It's a roguelike for a reason. God damn it. Oh my god, dude. Well, I should have went home. I got too greedy. I wanted the spoils and the riches and the treasure and the... Okay. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go off camera later and just look at more tips and tricks. And I'm gonna hop back on that game and win every single goddamn run ever. 0 lose streak. Never ever lose in my life. Till then, I'm gonna take a 5-minute breather. I'm gonna talk to you guys. And I'm going to set up the stream for what we're doing later. I want to watch some YouTube videos that I saw. A lot of them look really good, but I need to set them up. So first of all, I'm gonna pop this on. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? I just realized my chat is like super delayed. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just how the game is, you know. It's fun. It really is fun. It's like super addicting. I just had a bad run. Also, I came into the run with no items and no nothing, and I was like, let's go as far as I possibly can. My fault. All right, but how are you guys doing? How's everyone doing? Hope you guys are well. I'm going to ask you guys a quick question. I have 3 main videos I want to watch. I think you guys are going to really like them. One of them is called You're Not Crazy, Being a Small YouTuber is Harder. Another one is talking about most YouTuber advice is bad. Another one is called Why Pixelmon is Disappointing. And the last one is Who Are You When No One is Watching? Which one do you guys want to watch? Honestly, whatever you guys pick, I might not listen. I might just watch my own. I might just pick it myself. But real quick, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And we will watch. I'll be back. PP time, PP time. Okay. All right. I know what we're gonna watch. I'm gonna pop it up. Pixel. That was embarrassing. Scared the crap out of me. Oh my god. Okay. Let me read chat before I open up this screen. Bum 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 bum. Someone is okay. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen. Bazinga. Okay. Real quick, actually, let me check in with you guys. How are you guys doing? I didn't read chat for a while. I was playing mewgenics for a bit. But we're gonna watch the Pixelmon video because I think the death of Pixelmon. Actually, let me ask you guys. Have you guys played Pixelmon before? And also, have you guys played Cobblemon? Because I grew up playing Pixelmon. How old was I? Dude, I was like 13 playing Pixelmon. I would say that was my favorite Minecraft mod. You make a Pixelmon server, you play Pixelmon with your friends, you play for like 2 weeks straight, 2-week Minecraft phase, lock in, get all the legendaries, log off. That's how I played. And when I grew up watching it, I was watching Jerome ASF, Bayesian Canadian, Preston Plays, TB on our frags, Husky Mudkips, all play. They were all playing Pixelmon. I remember Jerome ASF was colorblind. He couldn't find shinies for the life of him. That's all I watched. 5th grade to 6th grade, all I watched. Actually insane. But nowadays, you have Cobblemon. And I think there is a debate. What is better, Pixelmon or Cobblemon? I will, off the top of my head, Pixelmon has more things to do because of how old it is. But Cobblemon is just better. I think Cobblemon is just so... It's so good at what it does. It is Minecraft Pokemon. That's how I think of Cobblemon. But I still think Pixelmon, like, like without Pixelmon, Cobblemon wouldn't exist, right? Like that's just how it is. But Cobblemon has more mons now. Serious? I don't think so yet. I don't know yet. Because I think Pixelmon has every Pokemon in the game. I think Cobblemon is missing a lot. I think the community has added a lot of Cobblemon, like, mod add-ons. I think that's how it is. You haven't played either, but are you going to end the YouTube stream and watch it on Twitch? I think I'll watch it on YouTube. Honestly, if the person that made the video copyright strikes me, that's okay. Like, they can have the ad revenue of the stream. I really don't care, right? It's like it's their video anyway. Honestly, like, if they want it, they can have it, right? If they want me to take it down, I can take it down. But I'm not going to worry about like ending the stream on YouTube and then moving into Twitch. I'm not worried about that at all, right? The Cobblemon devs are really cool and cooperative. Yeah, so when I did my Cobblemon series on this channel, I think like a year ago, I forgot when I did it. It might have been around spring of last year. I had a lot of the Cobblemon devs actually reach out to me. Some of the Cobblemon fake mon add-ons like Gravelmon, they reached out. They were asking me to cover some stuff, which I was going to do, but at that moment in time, I was just kind of burnt out on Cobblemon because I kind of did everything and I didn't want to do a new journey. Maybe honestly this year I'll do another Cobblemon playthrough. But anyway, Pixelmon felt like there was more, but Cobble felt better with... Yeah, I would argue that Cobblemon... Like, when you hop on a Cobblemon server, oh, man. Oh, my God. Dude, you're building a wooden house. You got a tepig in the corner. All cozy and shit with a campfire. Oh, that's what gives you that Cobblemon experience. Oh. Now I really want to play. All right, anyway. Let's lock in. So yeah, I found why Pixelmon has become disappointing. Monocle, a sub and like. Check this out.
Pixelmon is...
Can you guys hear it?
Pixelmon is one of the most iconic Minecraft mods ever, but it is seriously stuck in the past. It isn't just outdated. It is clunky, inconsistent, and at times straight up frustrating.
I remember this. Yeah, I remember the game being really glitchy. Have you guys ever tried to catch our legendary and it just glitches out or flies off? Cobblemon latest update is really good. They've added the ability to ride. Seriously? Oh my god, I remember that was like a community mod at one point. That's super sick. Dude, yeah, no, I might have to hop on Cobblemon now.
Today, I want to break down exactly why Pixelmon feels so dated, and whether it still has a place in Minecraft in 2025. Before you comment...
Damn, it looked like that?
And
They
whether
really
it
did just take the models out of the Pokemon game and just put it in Minecraft, huh?
still has a place in Minecraft in 2025. Before you comment that Pixelmon is better on servers, I'm not here to discuss that. I'm focusing on the single player experience. And why Pixelmon also really reminds me of recent Game Freak Pokemon titles.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sucked ass. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sucked ass. I loved it, but oh my god, why did they make such a crappy port on the Switch? It was 30 frames per second. Like, I get it, the Nintendo Switch 2 is out now, you can play it at 120 frames. But why is the Switch 1 version of Scarlet and Violet dookie?
But we'll get to that. To understand why Pixelmon is dated, we need to go back to where it began, when they used voxel models instead of the high polycount models known
Oh
today.
my god, I remember these. These are like the alpha Pixelmon. I completely forgot about this. Holy crap. Hey, Peary, what's up, dude? You can also fly in some. It looks... Yeah, dude. Okay. All right, we're hopping on Cobblemon later. Hopping on Cobblemon. Pixelmon was really buggy. They also got into Nintendo lawsuits. Yeah, I actually remember that. I think what happened was in Pixelmon days, they made the mod, and I think they got shut down. And like several different people took up the mantle of Pixelmon. I remember there being like different Pixelmon variants. Holy shit, dude. Lamb64 as a shiny hunter, Violet was far better than... Okay. Here's the thing with shiny hunting. I hate shiny hunting. I absolutely hate shiny hunting. The only game that I like shiny hunting on is Pokemon Go because it's so simple. You're just catching. But regular shiny hunting... absolutely despise it. I get it. It's a fun waste of time, I would argue, right? I honestly respect people that shiny hunt. I've seen people do complete playthroughs with only shiny Pokemon. That's cool. But for me, dude, I just cannot do it. There's just not... I don't have the genome for it. It is so insane. However, I would argue the Pokemon games where you see Pokemon in the wild with shinies, I think that is super sick. That's the only time that I would shiny hunt. But like regular, like 1-to-1, you're playing Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and you're like re-rolling the grass. Re-rolling it with your bicycle trying to get a shiny like Bidoof. I'm sorry, bro. That's crazy. That's an illness, man. That's the thing. Okay. I don't know any of the brand new ways to get like shiny charms or Pokesnack stuff. I'm sorry. All the new things with like shiny charms, I never knew about that. I only played pre-Black and White religiously, like Soul Silver, Black and White, Diamond and Pearl. I only played those games, and those were the ones before shiny charms. I don't even know what a shiny charm does exactly. I know that it makes them more common, but regardless, taking too long with this tangent.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find a way to gain access to the very first versions of Pixelmon. The earliest version I could get using the Internet Archive was version 3.5.1 for Minecraft 1.7.10, right around when they were starting to switch to high polycount models. Some of the models hadn't been updated yet, like this Ponyta or Rapidash, which are definitely products of their time. While playing the older version, I decided to look at what had changed, like the capture animations. Honestly, not much has. In old Pixelmon, the Pokemon shrank into the Pokeball
just to like relive
with
it.
a unique sound effect. Today, they just flash red with some strange red lines latching onto them. I actually prefer the older animation. Other than that, everything else is almost identical. The ball shape, the wobble, and the little micro...
Oh my god. The worst part about playing Pixelmon, Apricorn, and finding a nurse healer thing. Does anyone else agree with that? I think the Apricorn wasn't as bad, but in the beginning of the game when you're trying to get because all you want to do when you play Pixelmon, you just want to get Pokeballs. You just want to catch Pokemon. Spending the first 2 hours trying to find fucking berries and Apricorn to make a Pokeball, I hated that. And then you needed, what was that material? Bazomite? Bismuth, whatever it was, the B one? Bazit, whatever? Make a hammer, put it on a weird anvil, smith it to make a Pokeball. I hated that. That was like, I genuinely despise that. Because all I wanted to do was catch Pokemon. And then even if you had a Pokemon, you would have to find a healer. I don't know if they changed it in the old Pixelmon days. I know in Cobblemon they have a completely different system. It's kind of similar, but it's not as bad. Holy crap, I hated doing that. Damn, I miss Cobblemon. I really want to hop on now. I really, really, really want to hop on. Holy crap. Apricots weren't bad to me, but having to mine diamonds for... That's what I'm saying. It's like the route to get to the ball rolling, right? Like you install Pixelmon, you install Cobblemon, you want to catch Pokemon. That's what you want to do. Why should I have to play Minecraft up to getting diamonds, to get diamonds, to make a healer, to then play Pokemon? That was the thing that I don't like. Call me a freak, but I love that grinding and smithing stuff. I don't mind it. I don't necessarily mind it, but I would argue when you're going into the Pixel, like you're playing Pixelmon to catch Pokemon. A lot of people get turned off by that. The reason why I know this is because whenever I make a Pixelmon server, everyone is just like, guys, can we just cheat in like 50 Pokeballs? That's all I remember. Hey guys, can we just cheat them in? Find a desert village, find a healer, and then just sit there. That's what I just didn't like. But then again, obviously that's like a super dated thing. Like Pixelmon is on 1.7, bro.
Rave ding. Personally, I've never liked the way the ball goes pitch black. Official games like Pokemon Diamond faded the ball, and it just looked better. What about Pokemon battles? Well, in old Pixelmon, they're very stuttery, and it gives me motion sickness, but the mechanics are basically the same. The Pokemon jumps to attack, the Pokemon will flash red when taking a hit.
Doesn't Cobblemon have custom attacks? Oh, yeah, I just missed it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stop the no more Cobblemon mentioning.
And vanish when defeated, which is pretty much the same as today. The biggest change made, however, is to the UI. Back then, it was very basic. Today's Pixelmon looks a lot cleaner.
I don't remember this UI. They changed the UI for Pixelmon? Damn. Yeah, because I remember this white UI. I don't remember this black and whatever UI. It's pretty cool, actually.
And is a massive improvement from what we had in old Pixelmon. Plus, the camera isn't constantly moving, so you can follow what's actually going on.
This doesn't look that bad. This is new Pixelmon. It's not that bad. This is not that bad. What's up? Drifto, what's up, dude? Looks like you're not... Okay, I'm still a little sick. I'm a little sick.
I'm literally inside the tree at this point. How about Pokemon cries? Well, they're pretty much identical. This is Mareep from the old version. And
Mareep! Did they take it from the game or did they have voice actors coming to do that?
This is Mareep now. Pokeball throw animations? The same. Then we have the summary screen. Honestly, the design has barely changed. It works, but it's boring to use and takes too many steps to reach. You have to open your inventory, select your Pokemon, and then click Summary. It should just be one keybind. Like how in Cobblemon, all I need to do is press
God, when you put them side by side, the difference is insane. Oh no. Oh no.
And then it brings up my summary screen. There's no need to go into my inventory. A couple of seconds doesn't sound like much, but when you're constantly opening it, those seconds add up fast, and it can get annoying. Although that is just a personal nitpick of mine, which you can feel free to disagree with. But because this is a later version of Pixelmon, we do get additional tabs for ribbons and TM moves. And instead, we also get symbols for the Pokemon type, and in the Pokemon status, it's a giant tick, whereas old Pixelmon just said okay and specifically told you what the type was. Evolution animations also have a few issues. In version 1.16.5, the evolution animation is just Minecraft particles with no sound.
I think the biggest thing just between Pixelmon and Cobblemon, I think it's just the models. I mean, yeah, like everything else is really good. There's battle animations, better models, better a lot of other features. But like Pixelmon isn't really that bad when you think about it. It's just Cobblemon just does everything so much better. God.
and some giant transformation laser beams, but in this case, above the Pokemon. In version 1.21.1 beta, it is pretty similar, except the laser beams are considerably smaller, but again, there's no sound. And finally, in version 1.12.2, the animation is better than every other version, as it seems to combine features from the other versions. It works properly and consistently. But, again, there's no sound. Each version feels very inconsistent. Like they can't decide what works best. Here's the thing. I tried another evolution in version 1.16.5 by evolving this shiny Mareep. The animation worked perfectly fine, but when I tried it earlier with a Wooloo, it completely broke. This is what I mean when I say it's not consistent. But don't worry, I won't compare it to Cobblemon's animation, because it is honestly not even fair.
It's just too good. It's just too good. How do you go wrong with this, man? Oh my, I think I remember when I evolved something for the first time, because I remember creaming my pants.
That point.
Oh my god.
Okay, I guess I just kind of did.
It's just so good. Oh my god, dude. Why? I need to go back on. I'm honestly, maybe I'll do like a fake mod pack. Holy shit.
One positive I can note, however, even
Hey,
back
Biju,
in
yeah, we're
2014,
watching why Pixelmon has become disappointing. I think this video is covering the differences between Pixelmon's old updates, like from the initial versions to what it is now, and also Cobblemon coming in and smacking everything out of the way. Honestly, Pixelmon doesn't look as bad as I remember it. I remember Pixelmon being way worse. But I don't know.
Pixelmon already had rideable Pokemon.
He's not even on the Charizard, dude. He's not even on the Charizard. He's not on the Charizard. Oh my god.
Even if it was broken and clunky, the ambition was at least impressive. But old Pixelmon was released just over 10 years ago.
What the fuck? Really? How old am I? It came out when I was 13?
Since then, versions like 1.16.5 and 1.21.1 beta have had years of development, but the core features remain almost unchanged. The fact that a decade later, the fundamentals haven't changed.
Pixelmon is older than some people in this chat. That's crazy. The original Pokemon mod. The original Pixelmon mod was sent cease and desist. Damn. Yeah, I remember that. But then how does Cobblemon not have a cease and desist? How does Cobblemon get around that? I don't think Cobblemon has trainers. Yeah, Cobblemon doesn't have trainers. I had a mod for that. Seriously? I don't... Wait, okay, how does Cobblemon get around the cease and desist? How does Cobblemon... not my legal department.
Tells you everything. Pixelmon has grown wider, not deeper. So, where is Pixelmon today?
Because Cobblemon doesn't take their models.
It's smoother than it was 10 years ago, but compared to modern Minecraft mods, Pixelmon still feels rough and frustrating. Take Pokemon Cries as an example. They repeat constantly, and honestly, after the 50th Starly, I was ready to throw my headphones into the stratosphere. Now, let's talk about Pixelmon's Pokemon models. The Pokemon are usually well designed. Gengar, for example.
Oh my god! Why is it so scary? Holy shit! Why is there like shading under his eyeballs? This is Minecraft. Is this real? Holy crap!
Looks pretty good.
You guys are saying that they take their models from the official Pokemon game? What Pokemon game is this from? Oh my god!
The issue isn't the models themselves. It's how out of place they look in Minecraft's blocky world. Even with shaders enabled, I could never get used to the smooth, high polycount models sitting next to voxel blocks. Another problem with Pixelmon's models, however, is the animations, or lack of animations. I'm not sure what it is, but to me, it looks as if the animations run at a lower frame rate, and they don't look smooth.
I just remembered, I used to play Pixelmon, and I got banned from almost every Pixelmon server because I would go into a Pixelmon server, and I would toggle on flight because I had a hack client. Because all I wanted to do was capture Pokemon. And I remembered I played oh crap, what was the server called? RC? Pixelmon RC, something like that. They had like 7 servers. I would get banned from one and move on to the next one. Because all I wanted to do was just find Pokemon. So I would fly across the world, get a Pokemon, and then I get banned the next day.
Then, as soon as you get into a Pokemon battle,
This is around the 10 Pokemon Quest. What is Pokemon Quest? And I've heard of Pokemon Coliseum, but Pokemon Quest? Pokemon Quest. Oh. I've never seen this before.
the animations are almost non-existent, and what you do get isn't very good. If we look at Pixelmon side by side with Cobblemon, can you
Go!
very good.
Look
If we
at
look
this,
Pixelmon
dude.
side by side with
It's so magnificent. It just looks so good. Oh my god. The thing with Golurk is I love Golurk. It's one of my favorite Pokemon from Black and White. Its shiny version is like black and green and what? Oh my god. Adrian, have you ever played NF's Most Wanted 2000? What is that? I have no idea what that is. After this video, look up old Pixelmon models before Reforged. You think he'll show it? I think he'll show it. God, man.
Cobblemon, can you really say Pixelmon has good battle animation?
Like, Pixelmon, it's not bad. It's just Cobblemon just, like, wipes everything. Like, that's all it is.
No, because the Pokemon literally just disappear since there's no animations. Here are some more Cobblemon.
Oh my god. One of my favorite things from Cobblemon, they introduced unique regional variants. Like Torterra, Magikarp. Magikarp was a big one. If you catch a Magikarp in a different biome, depending on the biome, you get a different Magikarp skin. And if you evolve it into a Gyarados, it turns completely different. Which is why in my Cobblemon playthrough, I had a white Gyarados. I love that about that. I'm sorry. I love that about Cobblemon. That was super, super unique. I wish they do that. I think they are going to do more of that. I know Torterra is one of them. I mean, look, this... Sorry, my rug got cut up in my chair. Like, this Torterra has a cherry blossom. I love this. This was so cool.
Examples.
Yeah, regional skins. Oh my god. All this is making me want to do is play Cobblemon. I can't skip. I can't watch it. I can't.
Pokemon Diamond has better animations than Pixelmon, and this game was released in 2007 for the Nintendo DS. Sure, the animations were very basic, but they worked. What you get in Pixelmon feels lazy and incomplete. Even Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have better animations, and that's widely considered the worst Pokemon game ever made.
What was the Pokemon game that had the Haunted Mansion with the chick in it? Was that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl? Dude, that shit used to scare the fuck out of me. Like, actually, like, I would go to that Haunted Mansion. I think it's, like, in between Area 3 and Gym 2 and 3. I would go in the Spooky Mansion. I'd see the girl floating around. Dude, I swear to God, I stopped playing the game. I think I only visited Pokemon Diamond after 5 years after that. Because it scared me so badly. I also just never beat Cynthia. Oops.
Issues. And before you say it is because of official Pokemon titles having a bigger budget backing them, which is why the animations are better than Pixelmon's animations, that's just not true. If that were the case, then we wouldn't have animations like this in Cobblemon. Pixelmon's animations are where this mod really stumbles. And then there's Voltorb. Why isn't Voltorb round? It looks jagged.
Why does he have he has a headset dent? What the fuck?
Seriously, it's like someone pressed the low poly count button and forgot to smooth it out. Then we have apricorn trees. The apricorn trees are just flat 2D sprites slapped on leaves. They also sit on every single side of the leaf block, but you only ever get one apricorn. And the texture honestly just looks
why? Why does it look like that?
lazy and inconsistent next to the detailed Pokemon. Older versions of Pixelmon even had weird 3D apricorn trees that clashed horribly with Minecraft style. Then,
on the Cobblemon Discord, I was checking out all the fake. Yeah, exactly. Dude, when I was playing Cobblemon, everyone was super nice. I walked into Discord servers, I would talk to them. They're all super nice. But the fake mons, super sick. There's one fake mon mod that I really liked. They introduced fake evolutions. So cool. So cool.
There are even more
Fake Tinkaton evolutions. So cool.
inconsistencies between the different Pixelmon versions. In every version of Pixelmon, you hold a 2D sprite for Pokeballs, but in old Pixelmon, you hold a 3D Pokeball. And I don't understand why they abandoned this idea, as it actually fits
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Pokemon designs better. Bikes are also a mess. They're way too fast. Pokemon designs better.
What?
Bikes are also a mess.
Why is it an actual bike? They made it in Blender.
They're way too fast. They glitch all over the place. They constantly get caught on blocks, and it's extremely difficult to control, so you just end up falling in holes all the time. Except in version 1.12.2, where they were actually animated.
Why won't Game Freak add more evolutions? Because the more evolutions they make, there's a really good argument for this. I forgot the argument. Ask a Pokemon YouTuber. I'm not one.
Properly and worked fine. Rideable Pokemon are also inconsistent. Each version seems to have a different problem. You clip inside your Pokemon when descending in version 1.16.5.
I remember that. I remember being inside of my Charizard.
You sit far too high up on the Pokemon, and in the new beta, you literally sit inside your Pokemon. Flying across all versions can also be...
One thing I wish Cobblemon added that Pixelmon had was running shoes. That would be really cool. But to be fair, they probably would one day. Like, they just could do it. You know, like, Cobblemon has so many things that they can add. They could just easily add running shoes. You put on these boots, and guess what? You walk a little faster. Like, they could just do that. You know? What is another thing that I wish Cobblemon had? I really wish they would do dungeons, or more trainers, or more... Honestly, I shouldn't really say, because they probably updated and added more stuff. There's one that added fake Mega Evolutions, like Mega Zekrom. Dude, Zekrom is so fucking cool. Zekrom is my favorite legendary Pokemon. So cool. Actually so fire. And then Zekrom fused with Kyurem, the shiny version of that, so cool. It's like black and green. Oh my god.
Very stuttery. Like in version 1.12.2, it looked like Charizard had a concussion. Oh, and it's very easy to accidentally dismount from your Pokemon mid-flight, because you would think the descent button is shift, but no, it's V, causing you to plummet to your death. In all honesty, Cobblemon's rideable Pokemon puts Pixelmon to shame.
Oh, whoa, 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 look at this. Look at the camera. Look, it's like tilting. What the fuck? Favorite Reshiram? Dude, I love Reshiram too. I love Zekrom and Reshiram.
More immersive, and it actually works. Then there are the ultra wormholes that take you to different dimensions. The idea itself is cool. New dimensions, strange blocks, ominous sounds, and rare Pokemon. On paper,
Shows a Charmander.
It is a great way to add
Charmander
variety,
is actually kind of rare,
but
right?
in practice, it is buggy and performance is absolutely atrocious. Every time a new chunk loads, my game stutters and freezes regardless of what version I play, which doesn't really encourage me to explore the...
Why is this Leafeon so freaking big? Why does that Steelix look like a Dunsparce?
ultra wormhole dimensions. Battles in these dimensions are even worse. In raids, the perspective locks so awkwardly that I couldn't even see the Pokemon I was fighting, and you can never reposition the camera into the right spot. Pokemon also clip into each other,
Why is it
especially
green?
when there are
Is
two
that not the
Gigantamax Pokemon.
No, the shiny's gold. You're right. Why is it green?
Ends,
it could be a
just
boss.
as usual, everything vanishes. Also, during another battle, everything just blew up. And suddenly, I was back in the overworld. I genuinely have no idea what happened here, so if someone could explain that to me, that would be appreciated.
Alpha Pixelmon, yeah, I remember that.
We have Pokemon Sword and Shield raids.
Yo! Hold up. Wait a minute. While we're here, this is my favorite Pokemon Go Pokemon. My shiny Charizard. But it also has It has Gigantamax. Why is it not showing right? Why is my screen like full bright? I have a shiny Gigantamax Charizard on Pokemon Go. All right.
Epic,
I just wanted to flex that.
and were a spectacle. Pixelmon raids feel like a knockoff mobile game. This might seem a little out of the blue,
Yeah,
but
not bad IVs,
we
right?
have to talk about Pixelmon's wild encounters. Pokemon can just attack you out of nowhere, locking you into battles and interrupting whatever you were doing, which is incredibly frustrating. Admittedly, it was more aggressive in older versions. Official Pokemon games do this too, but it is tied to tall
Yo.
grasses.
Yo,
Official
I fucking hate Orthworm. I hate that Pokemon so goddamn much. Just worm over. I hate it with a passion. Something about it, man. I just hate it.
Pokemon games
I
do
hate it.
this too, but
Ugh.
it is tied to tall grass or intentional encounters. In Pixelmon, it feels random and intrusive. Another area Pixelmon struggles with is interactivity. In Cobblemon, you can shift right click to interact with your Pokemon, change items, have small Pokemon ride your shoulder, give your Pokemon
was so
different
cute.
cosmetic items, or even attack wild Pokemon. In Pixelmon, the only interaction you have with your Pokemon is giving them items, or
Imagine in Cobblemon, they make it where if you go into the end, you could fight the Ender Dragon, but also you could do a dungeon and you fight like a legendary, like Necrozma. You do like a big raid, you fight Necrozma, you fight him like a regular Minecraft boss, maybe with Cobblemon mechanics, but like you fight Necrozma, you fight Eternatus, you fight something crazy. That would be so cool.
when you select to ride them. But another reason it
Sometimes
feels
the Pokemon needs more time in the oven, like Dubwool. Dubwool's pretty funny. Wooloo's Peak. Double. What's that one Pokemon? Oh my god. It's like an octopus Pokemon. It looks really cool before it evolves. It's like a little mini octopus. And then it evolves and it has weird eyes. I don't like that. Adrian, what's your favorite Pokemon? Good question.
less
me think about it.
interactive compared to Cobblemon is that Pokemon don't look at you and often wander around aimlessly.
I was going to say Greninja, but I think that's a really basic answer.
If we look at Cobblemon, the Pokemon look at you, and they even interact with each other. It breathes more life into the mod and fits Minecraft better, because this is exactly what regular Minecraft mobs do, which is why you can connect with them. Pixelmon is stiff and lifeless.
It is called Grapple
I want to
Lock. That's the one I
highlight
was thinking
what
about. Not
I
Artillery.
mean by this. To perform these actions, you have to physically interact with your Pokemon. Whereas in Pixelmon, you can make all of these changes without ever having to throw out your Pokemon, excluding any form of interaction, unless you want to ride your Pokemon. But given the state of that feature, you're best off just sticking with Elytra.
It's like a Charizard fleshlight. I think one of my favorite Pokemon, I like Axew a lot. I don't like Haxorus. I like Axew. I also like Fracture, but I don't like Haxorus for some reason. I don't know why.
Pixelmon's
Let me think about it
Pokédex
more. I like Decidueye.
also
I have a lot of
highlights
Pokemon that I like. I don't know if I have a lot of Pokemon that I love.
the lack of interactivity.
Do you like
don't
Vaporeon?
need to craft the Pokédex. It is just built into the mod. However, in Pokemon titles and Cobblemon, you have to earn your Pokédex. One thing Cobblemon does very well, and that I personally enjoy, is how you have to scan Pokemon to log them into your Pokédex.
I don't remember doing that. I was just putting them in my decks.
It is more fun, interactive, and gives you a sense of adventure.
What are your guys' favorite shiny Pokemon? I'll go first. Shiny Umbreon. Love shiny Umbreon. So goddamn cool. Black and blue. Oh. Where do you go wrong with that? My favorite is Alolan Raichu. Dude, I love the Alolan Raichu. Mafila, what's up, dude? I loved Alolan Raichu. What's your favorite shiny Pokemon, Mafila? Shiny Mareep. Love shiny Mareep family. Shiny shut the fuck up, bro. Shiny Lopunny. Shiny Fennekin. Ooh. Wait, we're kind of cooking in this chat. We're cooking. All right, hold on. Let me see if there's any Pokemon like off the top of my head that I really, really like. I used to really like Reuniclus. This one. I don't know why my screen is like full bright. I used to really like this from Black and White. I really like Dialga. I know it's a legendary, but I love Dialga's design. I love its cry. I love what it looks like. I love the colors of it, like the deep blue. I don't know why I love it, but I just do. It's super, super cool. Oh, one of my favorite shinies, shiny Metagross. Shiny Metagross is so fucking nice. Here, shiny Metagross. It's white. It's so cool. So cool. Shiny Darkrai. What is shiny Darkrai? What is it? Shiny okay. Shiny Gardevoir. Fire. Actually fire. The reason being, shiny Gardevoir's blue, but when you Mega Evolve it, it has a black dress similar to like a funeral gown. I think it's like the Mega Evolve is a white dress, kind of like a marriage dress. I don't know what it's called. But the black one makes it look like it's like a funeral. Love that. Love it. Thought it was purple. It's blue on my screen. It might be, maybe my phone is weird. Shiny Chandelure. I had a shiny Chandelure on Legends EA. Pretty cool. Shiny Gyarados. Okay, I think shiny Gyarados has been ruined for me simply because it's so accessible in silver and gold. Like, you could just get a free shiny Gyarados in Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Nothing wrong with that. But I think the value of it has gone down because you can get that. Like, if I see a shiny Gyarados, I'm just like, shiny Gyarados. Shiny Magikarp's cool. It's gold.
You just don't get this experience in Pixelmon. Okay, Pixelmon's Pokédex isn't totally useless. You do get spawn information and some stats. And
shiny
it
Eevee's
can
cool.
be somewhat convenient to not
super
have
cool.
to
I have
craft
that.
the Pokédex. But when compared to Cobblemon or even official titles, it's missing a
Wait, I got it! One of my favorite Pokemon? Rampardos. Love Rampardos. I've never used it on my team. I just love how it looks.
couple of key features. It can also be a bit clunky and inconsistent between versions. For example, the scaling in 1.16.5 is just weird, because you have to manually adjust the scale of the Pokemon, and it is very easy to go to the extremes.
Why are you doing this angle,
Whereas
man?
in version 1.12.2, you don't have this problem. All the Pokemon are scaled correctly, so I don't have to use my scroll wheel to manually adjust the Pokemon scale so I can actually see the Pokemon. I mean, Charizard isn't even on the screen anymore. Then, key features like abilities and base stats are in the summary screen, instead of just being visible in the Pokédex. The Pokédex is supposed to be the digital encyclopedia for all Pokemon that you discover. Cobblemon's version has all the bells and whistles. Pixelmon feels half-baked and boring.
I haven't really played the new Pokemon games, but I love Paradox Pokemon. I think that's one of the coolest concepts they've ever done for Pokemon. I specifically like the prehistoric ones. I don't really like the futuristic ones. They're just normal Pokemon, but robot. But the prehistoric ones, so sick. So goddamn cool.
It kept Pokemon alive in Minecraft at a time when Nintendo wasn't giving anything like it. The cultural impact Pixelmon had shouldn't be undervalued.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Pixelmon paved the way for Cobblemon. Despite how it aged, it paved the way. It allowed Cobblemon to shine. God, Cobblemon's so good.
Even if the mod hasn't aged well. And that's why Pixelmon reminds me of modern Game Freak Pokemon titles. There's plenty of content, but it lacks a lot of basic features and polish. It feels passionless. And just like recent Pokemon games, the flaws keep piling up until they overshadow the good. Which is why it is very difficult not to compare it to Cobblemon. They both share the same world of Minecraft, so comparisons are going to be made. Now, I want to be transparent here. I don't hate Pixelmon, but I can't enjoy it either. There just aren't enough positives to balance out the constant bugs, glitches, and inconsistencies. Cobblemon feels like the future. Pixelmon feels like a fossil, important in its time, but painfully outdated today.
Fire video. Like and sub to Monocle. That was a really good video. Yeah, I think he put it really well. Pixelmon is just out. It's not bad. It's just outdated, right? Like, that's all it is. It's not bad. It paved the way for Cobblemon. But, damn, I do miss Cobblemon. Damn. All right. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Let's check in on stream. I'm gonna load up the next YouTube video. It's gonna be pretty goddamn sick. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Hold up.
Subscribers. She posted another
one.
And they'll
God, it's either okay. I can either. Okay, never mind. All right. How you guys doing? You should look up the Cobblemon 1.7 update trailer. I'll do that right now. I will do that right now. I didn't even realize they posted that. I wonder if Pokemon Champion. What is Pokemon Champions? Cobblemon 1.7. Oh, I watched it before. I remember seeing this 4 months ago. It's a trailer. When does it come out? I'm just gonna watch it. It's already out? No way. Dude. God damn. Yeah, because they made this trailer, or before I stopped playing, they didn't have official Pokemon mounts. Like, you couldn't ride them. So this is probably like when... Oh my gosh, it's so good. What are they doing? Honey? What? He's cooking? Pokey snack. What? Wait. I didn't read that. Reduced bite time, 20 times chance for normal types. Oh, wow. Do you have any tips on how to start streaming? I'll actually get into that in after this episode, or after this trailer. He's riding a Reveroom? What? Ah! Garchomp can fly? Am I dumb? Okay, you can give Furfro different haircuts. I remember that in Pokemon Go. Volcarona's fire.
Dude, this is such a good trailer.
I love Shiny Teddy Ursa. I love Shiny Teddy Ursa. I have a Shiny Teddy Ursa on Pokemon Go. I evolved it into a Shiny Ursaring. I regretted it. I think I have 2 Shiny Teddy Ursas though. Let me check. I do. I have a Shiny Teddy Ursa right here. I love it. I love this shade of green. God, you know what this reminds me of? This is like, this is the vibe I get when I think about, hey, what if I like get everyone that I grew up in my childhood and like put them in a room and just play Wii Sports? Like, it's like a calm, serene, relaxing feeling. Like, guys, let's all hop on the Minecraft server. Let's play some Cobblemon. Let's relax. You know, order some pizza, play for like 7 hours straight, obsess about it for 2 weeks before you go back to your miserable lives type of thing. Like, oh, dude, the vibes are immaculate. This is like how I want to be able to see my past. Like, when I'm 30 and I'm more depressed, I look back on these days and I wish that these days were back. Is that depressing? Dude, you can do tours on a whale lord. Dude, this is beautiful. Like, this genuinely, this is beautiful. They killed it with this trailer. God damn. All right, but how much more? Damn, there's a lot of flying, huh? Cobblemon 1.7 is now out. All right, so this came out 2 months ago. Okay. I can honestly, I'll check it out in my free time. I don't know if I'm gonna make a series on it, right? I feel like a series is a little too much. Okay. Damn, that was so good. Holy crap. I'm blown away. The vibes are immaculate. Okay. Let me read chat. I need a PC. You want to play Cobblemon again? What do you mean you need a PC and you want to play Cobblemon again? Did you like steal someone's PC and return it back? Now you can't play? They have Mount IVs. Really? That's pretty cool. Should watch the Alan Becker Stickman versus Pokemon. I don't know who Alan Becker is. Okay. No, Amy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. You tell me how to do that. But you mentioned, do you have any tips on how to start streaming? First of all, you're asking the wrong guy. I don't stream. However, speaking about that, I have a video that I found that I want to watch with you guys because I think it's going to be super cool. It is called You're Not Crazy. Being a small creator is harder. I am very intrigued about this video. Actually, let me ask you guys this, right? Do you think being a bigger YouTuber is harder than being a smaller YouTuber? Like, okay, like, do you think it's harder to have 500,000 subs and make content? Or do you think it's harder to have 10,000 subs and make content? Lamb, you gotta go? All good. Because I would argue there's pros and cons to being a big YouTuber, and there's a lot of pros and cons of being a small YouTuber. But off the top of my head, I think being a smaller creator is easier. Obviously, it depends on what I'm talking about, right? But I think I would rather be a small creator than be a big creator, which is ironic, right? Because I have a channel with 500,000 subscribers, and I have this channel, which is 30,000 subscribers, right? Adrian, how come you're not posting or streaming on your main channel? Because I don't like that channel. Okay, actually, that's actually a great question. How come you're not posting and streaming on your main channel? Because depending on the type of YouTuber you are, when you get big in a specific way, you can only make content in that realm. Like, for example, on my main channel, that channel is really big on Terraria and really heavily gaming-based content, which is why I would not rather stream there, because this is like a variety. This is like a stream where I just want to relax and not worry about making content as much, or not worry about like everything has to be as serious content. Does that make any sense? I think being smaller is harder because I think being smaller YouTuber is harder because you can't have YouTube as your only job. You won't make enough. You have to work and stream and hope you get big. That is a great point. Being a smaller creator is hard in terms of you have to work an extra job. If you want to make it, like, if you want to become a big YouTuber, you have to make an extra job. Your channel is smaller, so it's going to be harder for videos to blow up to a degree. You might not know how to make a good video or a good short or everything. Obviously, I'm saying this like within the context of my own channel, right? Like, obviously there's bigger and better YouTubers than me, but I still know a decent amount of what I should be talking about, right? Anyway, but yeah, I think those points are very valid on small YouTuber content, right? But also on the flip side, because you're smaller, you can have more reign and variety in how you make your content. I think the biggest difference between a small and a big YouTuber in how it's harder or easier for depending on the size of the channel is your goals. What are your goals on YouTube? Is it money? Is it clout? Is it a passion project? Is it for fun? It could be all of those things, right? But I feel like that's where it's harder or easier for a YouTuber, right? Like, for example, for my main channel, it's easier to get more views and it's easier to make bigger and better content and have it blow up faster. But it's harder to do more variety. You can flip that for this channel. This channel is easier for variety. I can play whatever I want. I can stream whenever I want. But financially wise, doesn't make any sense. Like that's how I like describe it, right? That's how it is. Your hair looks great today. Thank you, Marcellin. Thank you. Thank you. At the same time, you can become from Terraria to only Terraria. Yeah, I know. Period. We're talking about why being a smaller creator is harder. All right, let's watch this video. I want to see what he talks about, because I truly believe there are a lot of benefits for becoming a small creator, and there's a lot of benefits for becoming a big creator. But there's benefits for both, and I feel like the difference between them is pretty staggering. And what I mean by that is, if I had a choice between the two channels I have right now, my main channel or my second channel, which is this channel, I would keep this channel. Even though this channel is a fraction of the size of the main, in terms of my goals, this channel accomplishes my goals more than the main. With that being said, let's watch this video.
Show of hands, who remembers this girl?
Hello, I'm Janelle and I live in a van with my pet snake, Alfredo.
Janelle Eliana. Does the name sound familiar? July 4th, 2019, she posts her first video about her kooky and quirky life in said van. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Makes me sick. Around this time, humble but impressive beginnings, about 20,000 subscribers. She posts another video. By July 19th, I gotta remove the stupid thing. She had 1 million. I gotta move the camera. Hold on, I didn't think I'd have to adjust the angle. Hold on. She had 1 million. I'm not jealous of her. Why would you say that? Shut up. I was 15 when this happened, and I remember watching her and her story and watching it.
He just has a hole punched in his wall. I think it depends on what you define as big or small. Yeah. Okay. Let's say I think a big YouTuber, if you have over 100,000 subs, you are no longer a small creator. You're kind of like an average size creator. I think sub 100K, even sub 50K, like if you have 50,000 sub, you're like a medium sized creator. If you have below 50,000, you're more on the smaller side, right? 100K and above, definitely a big creator. It's different nowadays because with YouTube Shorts, the sub counts are massively inflated, right? Because you can do, someone on YouTube Shorts can have 1 million subs and you might never even know them, which is fine, whatever, right? It depends on like the niche in which you describe it. But I would say general benchmark, if you're a big creator, probably above 50,000 subs to 100,000 subs, I think that's like medium sized creator. Anything below that is like a small creator.
Unfold and thinking to myself, wow, if it can happen to her,
What's a big streamer to you? I don't know. I don't watch streamers. I don't.
To anyone. One video is all it takes for my biggest dreams to come true. That did not happen.
I agree. If you have one video that blows up, that does not guarantee anything. I think we see it a lot more nowadays where like shorts or TikToks blow up. When they blow up, a lot of the people that get like really lucky from that, they don't know how to capitalize on it, and therefore they fall off, or they quote unquote fall off, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm like, there's not, your view count is now who you are. Surprise, surprise, right? I feel like the process of becoming a YouTuber, if you want to make YouTube content, right? I'm saying this from a YouTube standpoint. The moment you become a YouTuber is when you have made like 50 videos and every video gets like 10 views. After you do that and then your first video blows up, I think that's when you're a YouTuber. Like that's when the work ethic is solidified, and that's when you start your journey. I would argue that if your first video blew up, you would not know how to make good content. And if anything, that would hurt you in the long run, because if your first video blows up, then you would think that your success is defined by what you did in your first video. And that means you would try to recreate it, and you would just be like a one-trick pony to a degree. From my experience, that's how I see it.
Have you, dear viewer, had such aspirations? Quit your 9 to
There's a guy that did a 100 Days Terraria Skyblock video and got like 2 million, and all his videos have low views. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But I would argue the reason why that happens is because you have to give what the people want, right? Like when you make content on YouTube, you are effectively selling time to someone. Like, hey, you have 15 minutes for lunch, watch my video. And everyone is competing for that. right? Think about it like this. If you are at a restaurant and you see the item that you ordered the most, or like, for example, let's say you like macaroni and cheese and you go to a joint, you've never eaten anything there and they have macaroni and cheese, you're probably going to order macaroni and cheese. With that being said, whenever you're watching other people's content, you're going to watch not for their personality, but for the premise of the video. Not to say that if you make a video and it blows up that people aren't watching you for your personality. Personality and video game content can make a good video together. That's why a lot of people blow up. That's why a lot of really good YouTubers, sometimes they might have like 100,000 subscribers, but every video they get, or every stream, or every whatever they do, all 100,000 of those people watch them for that, right? Which is like, I think super cool. I think that's like one of the best things you can have as a creator. But with premise-based content, if you always make premise-based content, people will only watch you for that premise. If you always do challenge content, people will always watch your challenge content. To a degree, you can convert that into personality. Maybe you have your personality on the side of that, right? Like, hey, this premise is super cool. I beat Terraria with a steering wheel. I'm also really funny. And then people, you know, maybe like 1 out of 100 people watch you for your personality, right? That's like how a lot of people grow. That's how I grew, right? But yeah, like I would argue that you know, YouTube is just like a cog. You know, like so many things happen on YouTube. People blow up, people fall off, right? That's why people say that you fall off after 7 years. Like the average influencer dies off after 7 years. My time's coming up, dude. I got 3 years left in the can. 3 years after 3 years from now, I'm gone. I'm dead. That's just how it is, right? Personally, I watch you because of your personality, which is why I kept watching. That's the thing. I feel like I think this is a problem that other people have as well. Sometimes people's personalities are better than the content that they make, but they don't capitalize on it because they're too scared. I have met so many funny creators that I didn't even know they were funny because all their content is premise-based, because some people only watch premise-based content, which is fine. Gets the views, gets the money, pays the rent, whatever. But with that being said, a lot of people are also just scared to take that. You know, like they're scared to get 0 viewers on Twitch and stream by themselves, which is fine. Some people are scared to make clips of themselves on TikTok, even though they might find it funny. They're scared to do it, which is fine. Like that's why like everyone wants to be a content creator, but not a lot of people will make content. I have a lot of people in my life where they always ask me like, how do I make content? How do I stream? How do I make shorts? How do I blow up on YouTube? And I'll tell them how to do it, or what you can do to put yourself in this situation to eventually blow up. And they just won't do it because they're scared, which is fine. I think that's okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
5, be your own boss.
What's up, dude? Been following me since dude, I saw you comment on Spectrobes, and that's why I made my Spectrobes video. Latest episode, you're welcome. I also recorded Spectrobes today. I need to edit that, and then I will post that, and then boom, bada bing, bada boom, you get another episode.
Live the glorious lifestyle of the rich and famous just because most people generally agree that your videos give off good vibes. And as the foremost leading expert on this subject, don't Google that, also don't ask anybody, also don't look down just a little bit and see how low my sub count is, you can just trust me. Then allow me to shed some light on my industry. For those
Let me sub to this guy. Already did. He has 500, I think he probably blew up from this video, huh? Because I remember I saw this video a year ago. He had way less subs in this. Almost 500K. That's crazy. Hell yeah, dude.
Those of you who don't know, we just hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel.
Damn, bro. This video aged crazy.
Oh, please keep going. Yes, clapping is the proper response to that announcement. Also, may I add, it was with our 100th upload.
Yo, YouTube Studio, to anyone that wants to be a creator, YouTube Studio is poison. It is the worst thing you could ever do to yourself. If you cannot handle numbers or analytics or hate or whatever it is, or even in general, just for your mental health, do not download YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio will literally just ruin your mental health, because all YouTube wants is for you to make a video and have it outperform your previous video, which is fine. Cool. Next video, you get double the views. YouTube gives you confetti. Amazing. You're happy. But the moment you upload something that doesn't perform as well, YouTube will tell you that your life is worthless. Gray arrows, thumbs down, like, oh, your video is not as good as the previous one, and it ruins your mental health. That shit ruined me for the first 2 years that I did YouTube. It's just so demoralizing. It's just telling you, dude, you're not good enough. I mean, in hindsight, you might be listening to me and be like, well, Adrian, obviously that's not the case. I mean, if you compare yourself from a year ago, and you're getting, instead of 1,000 views per video, you're getting 5,000, well, you're way better off. YouTube doesn't tell you that. YouTube tells you in comparison to your most recent videos. And I think it's just so toxic. Like you can have, like, I think one of the best parts about YouTube is that you can upload a video, forget about it, and it blows up later on. Or you upload a video and a lot of people comment and they support it, but maybe it's just not as much views, but the community is supporting you. It happens a lot. But YouTube doesn't care. YouTube only cares about views to a degree. YouTube is my boss. If I get banned, goodbye, everyone. My 3 years is coming up anyway. But what I mean by that is, a lot of creators and a lot of my friends that's initially start YouTube, they will post videos and they'll make content and it will flop. But it doesn't flop. It's just how YouTube is. You have to literally upload and forget about it, or else you will literally live your entire day thinking you are a waste of space. That's how YouTube makes you feel. I've been begging for a YouTube extension to turn that off. It's so goddamn bad. I hate it so much. And I've heard a lot of YouTubers wanted to like reform the system. I think I watched Tommy in it, and he covered, or he mentioned a conversation with YouTube where he was like, hey, do you guys know that this 1 out of 10 system ruins our lives? And YouTube just doesn't care. They just do it. Anyway, I'm sure there's a lot of other executive decisions that go behind it. Maybe it's a psychology thing. YouTube at the end of the day is a business, right?
Oh my goodness, yes, clap louder. This is exactly the reaction I wanted. Oh my goodness. But let me be the first to say, amidst your roaring clapping, please don't stop, that all the work we put in to get to this very moment, none of it was worth it. Not at all, not even a little bit. Am I lying? About 60%, but I'm still mad. I've been making videos on the internet for 2 years, and I've changed a lot. The type of videos, my style of making videos, my process, I've grown as a creative, and I've done so much in that time.
If you make YouTube videos for 2 years to no views, props to you. That is what whenever I meet new YouTubers, I don't look at their sub count initially. Hey, I look at their sub count sometimes, but I don't care if you have 1 million subs. I don't care if you have 5 million subs. I know people that have millions of subscribers. I've met a lot of people when I went to TwitchCon, VidCon, etc. Right? And they're really nice. They're really cool. But the biggest thing that impresses me is just how long you've been in the game. When I first met, I did a tournament on Rivals of Ether 2, and I met a guy named Failboat. You guys probably know him. He does like Kirby content. He's been in the game for like 15 years, almost 15 years. That blows my mind. I don't care if you have 1 million subs. You've been doing this shit for 15 years. Dude, that is insane. It's like the saying goes. It's like an old man in a field where men die young. Like seeing an old veteran. You were doing something right. Like that's the stuff that blows my mind. Also, I've seen a lot of small creators. They would grind for 2 years straight. That is commendable. That's insane. At that point, it's like, you'll eventually blow up to a degree, right? You love Failboat. Yeah, he was really nice. We had a couple of friendly matches in the tournament. We won. He won the game-winning game. He was super nice. But remember Failboat from Exploding TNT era? No. I watched Exploding TNT, but I don't remember Failboat being in that. My newest video has my highest engagement in AVD, but the YouTube. Yeah, that's YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio, even if you do a lot of stuff, a lot of engagement, a lot of anything, a lot of people like it, they will still tell you that your life is shit. They really will. They will just keep doing that. It doesn't even matter. I think what YouTube Studio should do is compare your videos a year ago to a degree, or toggle it off. I don't know why they could like. I can harp about this all day.
Like to thank the Academy, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. But if I'm being very honest, if I knew it was going to take me 2 years to get here, I probably would have never started. And to be very honest with you,
didn't Mr. Beast also did 2 years on videos and didn't get more than 1,000 views? Yeah. For me personally, I did YouTube for like 5 years. Obviously, that's a passion, and I was like 13. But yeah, most YouTubers, they get made when they're not making views. That's, you're put through the thick and thin. That's how I believe it.
I thought I would have reached this point a lot quicker than I did. I want to see if I can hit 1,000 by the end of the year. I just want to give this a try and see where I end up. Aw, look at me. So young and stupid. I had big dreams, you see? Everybody was going to see my unadulterated, pure, raw talent. I was gonna make videos for a living. I would be able to drop out of college. I'd be able to buy my parents a house. I'd show everybody that I grew up with and went to middle school with who didn't want to play with me on the monkey bars or didn't want to sit next to me at lunch because I wasn't one of the cool kids. They would see me online and I'd say, ha! I am one of the cool kids. Commentary.
Unironically speaking, that is why I did YouTube. When I was a kid, I would get left out of the GTA 5 heist groups because that was when they first introduced it. No one wanted to be in my heist group, so I would just make YouTube videos. That's my villain origin story. So, oh, Gucci, you gotta go to sleep, dude. Good night, man. Good night. My first videos on YouTube were play of the game from Overwatch, dude. Overwatch, oh my gosh, I remember when that first came out.
YouTubers were gonna make video essays about me. I was inevitably gonna say something offensive on Twitter. I'd get canceled, and I'd live the rest of my days knowing that I peaked at 19. It was gonna be great. Yeah, but that didn't happen. I didn't even get close, and to be honest, this is a failure. I'm aware of what I am. It was supposed to be a ticket to the easy life, but now that I've been doing this for a while, I've gotta say, this is a lot more work than I thought it would be.
A lot of work. I'm gonna guess what he's gonna say. Being a creator is a lot of work in the context of it's a 24/7 job. I would argue that if you are a creator, you're thinking about it 24/7. You never go to sleep without thinking about the next video. And I think the thing that sucks with being a creator, to you know, obviously I'm not trying to compare it to a real job, right? There are difficulties with being a creator. I understand that, you know, at the end of the day, you get to stay home and play video games or whatever your creator job is, right? Some creators have it way easier than others. But I would also argue that you will never ever stop thinking about work. And I feel like a lot of people that stop becoming YouTubers, because I've met a lot of people that quit YouTube and they just go into, you know, like a corporate job. A lot of them, the biggest thing that they liked is they can clock out. They can stop working, go home, and not think about work. Whereas I feel like a lot of YouTubers never have that. It's always, you finish your biggest video ever, get a 1 out of 10, rake in a bunch of cash or whatever it is. It's a fun video. Everyone loves it. But now you have to make your next big one. That's like the biggest thing, I feel like. That's the most toxic thing about YouTube.
There's this really common assumption that this is easy. Now, is that true?
Yeah, to a degree.
Kinda? Look, I don't want to say it's like rocket science or brain surgery or whatever, but I'm like, it's hard work a little bit, kind of, maybe, I don't know. Because to the average viewer on YouTube, all the work they have to do is essentially deciding which video they're going to watch while they eat lunch. They do it for 10 minutes and then they leave a like. But to the person making the video, they have to brainstorm the idea, research the topic, write the script, rewrite the script, rewrite the script, wonder if they're any good at script writing, then rewrite the script. They have to record the video, re-record bits that they didn't like. If you'll excuse me, I'll just get the rest of my list here. We have edit the record.
Yeah, I mean, being a small creator is hard in this, but also some people build houses and scoop shit. I understand where he's coming from, though. I understand what he's coming from, especially if you do all of this and you make a video, you think it's the best thing ever, or you know it's shit, you post it, it gets like no views. That's hard, right? I think that's the hard part. But like, the reason why it's so hard is because eventually it'll be worth it to a degree.
Sound design, make the title, make the thumbnail, and then do this whole process over again forever. And this whole thing gets you maybe 7 views at first. It's not very fun, if I'm being honest. Because you have to get good at selling yourself. For example, if you're a middle-aged woman and you want to make videos about Club Penguin, that's fantastic. But you have to understand, your goal is not to make videos about Club Penguin. It's to make me, a random stranger, care about videos about Club Penguin. These sound like very similar goals, but they are two completely different things. Because you don't realize how much—
I understand what he's saying. He's trying to say, like, the goal of making a YouTube video is to have someone watch it. However, I will say there is overlap. You can make a video that someone wants to watch, but also make a video that you want to make. I think that's where a lot of success on YouTube comes from. It's figuring out that intersection. There's some YouTubers that are only, they care about what you want to watch. And there's some YouTubers that are only, they want to make what they want to make. I think the best or the top YouTubers do a combination of both. The reason why is because if you're making something you love and it's something that people want to watch, then you get the best of both worlds. Obviously, I think it's like a scale, right? You could tip it more in other people's favor. You could tip it more in your favor, right? But I feel like saying that every creator has to make content for other people, that's not necessarily true. because you can make content that you inherently love to do and only you really like. But because you're making the content that you love to make, the world has 7 bajillion people. Eventually, there's going to be someone out there that will watch the content that you make, because inevitably speaking, statistically speaking, there are people that are like you to a degree, that will like the content that you make for yourself because they are inherently similar to you. That's how I see it.
Much of making videos is really not about making videos. It's about making videos seem interesting. You have to learn how to get good at marketing. How am I going to convince random strangers on the internet to give up their precious time to watch my random crap? And this isn't something that we typically have to think about doing in our day-to-day life unless we work in like sales or something. If we're talking about our interests, we don't have to worry about making people care about it, because your husband or your best friend can pretend to care about your interest all they want, but I'm a stranger. I don't have to do anything for you. I owe you nothing. Another thing is the constant output. Because it's true, some days you wake up with the perfect idea and then you get immediately into writing and recording and editing and everything runs smoothly. You finish the video, you love it, you're laughing, you're crying. It's Oscar worthy. You put it out and you feel great. That's fantastic. Now do it again.
That is the problem. You have to do it again. You make a 1 out of 10, you got to do it again. You make a video, you got to do it again. You make your biggest video ever, you got to do it again. That's what YouTube is to a degree. You don't have to do that to be successful on YouTube. That's what YouTube tells you. You have to do it again. They tell you with the confetti. They tell you that this is the best video you've ever made. Do it again. Right? And you do it over and over and over again. You do it. I mean, I did that shit for like 3 to 4 years, or try to consistently for 2 years straight. Burns you out so fast. Eventually, there's a reason why so many people have second channels. Like Albino. So many YouTube, Doug, new channel. Every creator that I know just uploads to their second channel. Pyrocynical. Pyro Live all the time. Right? Every creator just uploads a lot more to the second channel, because sometimes you want to make something without it being the best thing you've ever made. Sometimes you just want to do it and make a video and record without it being the biggest video ever.
Immediately. Forever. But the thing is, ideas don't come to you just whenever you want, but whether they do or don't, you need them consistently. You gotta make something. You can't bank on one good idea. You need them over and over, week after week, because not all of them are going to hit, and you need as many attempts as you can build up. And that task sounds really easy in theory, but in practice, it is annoying, stressful, and overall upsetting. But let's say you do all of that. You do all the work, you learn to sell yourself, and you're consistent with it. That is fantastic, but here's the thing. Nobody is going to care for a very long time. Now, I hear you asking, dear viewer.
He's right. I think the hardest part about being a creator initially is just getting the views. Like, it is very discouraging to do. I had a friend, he was really into keyboards. He built a lot of keyboards, wanted to make like a keyboard aesthetic channel. Helped me build one, recorded a couple of videos, built his own keyboards, made a bunch of content on it. He loved making the videos. He loved it. He thought it was super sick. Posted the videos, 5 views. Posted the shorts, 5 views. Posted it on Instagram, 5 views. TikTok, 5 views. And I think that's the hardest part about content creation initially. Some people don't care about it. You can tell people to not care about it, but inevitably it's just like, it just ruins your mental.
Why is that? Well, let me tell you, the answer it's quite simple, really.
You people suck.
Do you remember when YouTube looked like this?
Did YouTube when you were in middle school got bored because I hated the editing? Yeah, editing is like the worst part. Like, editing takes forever. Editing will double or triple the length of the, like, how long it takes to get a video done. But also, it's one of the most important parts, so you can't really skimp out on it. A lot of bigger YouTubers, that's why they hire, editors, right? But that's like a luxury that you can't really have when you're a smaller creator at first.
Yeah, me neither. I'm 20, not 100. If you feel old right now, that feeling is correct, because you are. But from what I've been told, when YouTube looked like this, there was only like a handful of creators for a specific genre of things, like gaming or sketch comedy or whatever Vsauce is. But now there's literally thousands of YouTubers for each genre, and there are new genres being made all the time. And the fact that there is an entire genre based on copying one person is enough proof that this market is saturated. Wouldn't you agree? There's too many options. To illustrate, think of your favorite Chinese takeout place. They have no less than 5,000 items on the menu, yet you order the same 3 every time.
Why did he call me out? General Soy chicken, sesame chicken, roast pork. Maybe some French fries.
There are just too many options, so you stick with what you know you will like and you never change it ever. But what are the chances you're gonna try the 5,001st thing they put on the menu? The new version of sugary fried chicken bites with rice. Never. You're not gonna do it. Put the sweet.
Do you guys order Chinese food? Genuine question. I don't remember the last time I ordered Chinese food. Like, not like real Chinese food, like fake American Chinese. Like, you go to the Chinese grocery store. You go to the Chinese corner store. They got crab rangoon, General Tso chicken, sesame chicken, lo mein. Like, you know, you're too white. No, like, it's not even just being too white. It's just like, I don't know anyone nowadays that orders Chinese food anymore. It's just, before, back then, my parents used to order it often. And it was really affordable. Like, you can get a lot. You could feed the whole family for like $15. But now it's like, you order 2 dishes, it's like $50. It could just be my neighborhood, but I love Chinese food, but it's hard to find actual Chinese food that isn't Americanized Chinese food. That's a great way to put it. I will argue, if you want authentic Chinese food, you just gotta go to a Chinatown. But the thing is, like, most people don't have Chinatowns. I would argue that, like, you can... Honestly, frozen Chinese food is not even that bad. I don't know if you've ever had like frozen orange chicken. Pretty good. Food is pretty expensive now. Yeah, I mean, it's just, hey man, that's just life. We're gonna be like 40 and we're gonna be complaining about how food costs like $50. Like a McDouble is $40.
Sour in the
Nowadays.
bag and leave me alone. That was a really incoherent way of saying people don't like to try new things, especially when there are too many options. Also, people are shallow. We say we want to be different, but really, we are liars because 90% of the time, we would just like to conform to what everybody else does in peace. Don't believe me? You ever notice how in any video, somebody says hot take or unpopular opinion, it's followed by just a really boring fact of life, and then everyone in the comments agrees? If thousands of people are agreeing to something, then was it really that unpopular of an idea? Clearly not, because people like what is popular and what has already been agreed to be good. And to see that a view count is...
I get that to a degree. Having a quote unquote hot take that is a very agreeable thing, right? I think some people just use hot take just to say it, right? Like, I'll say no homo, but like, I would actually suck someone's dick, right? I feel like people just say hot take just to say hot take, just to spice up the video script, you know? Hot take. I was going to say something crazy. I'm not going to say it, but I feel like it's just lost its meaning to a degree. It's like, fuck, what's another word that's like lost its meaning that's like really, really annoying? I was gonna say trauma, but no, there's a, oh my god, crap, I can't think, whatever, I'm moving on.
high is a subconscious way of knowing that other people have seen this and liked this. It would have never gotten this popular if other people didn't like it, so surely I'll probably like it as well. It's your way of determining quality and to see if it's worth your time. But to see a video with fairly few...
I think people say it to cover their asses in cases... Lachlan, what's up? I think people say it to cover their asses in case people actually disagree with them. Yeah, kill myself is a great one. That's a great one. I would argue that it's just, you know, people just say it to, you know, just to say it, right? But yeah, no, I think a lot of people just say hot take. You think about it like this. It's kind of like engagement bait. Hot take, I love women. And people are like, well, that's not a hot take. Well, then boom, engagement bait worked, right? I think people, you know, a lot of people do it just for engagement. I mean, look at Twitter. Twitter, you make money off of engagement bait, right? Hot take. I'm not going to say any hot takes because I can't think of any, but like hot take, I hate Oreos. Some people just lie. Some people fucking LARP, dude. Like, The world is just full of liars, dude. What can I say?
Views comes across as low budget and frankly very loser-like. Because you don't want to be the first one to watch it. It probably sucks. That's not worth your time. You're important and your lunch is getting cold. Are you really gonna risk it on a video that you might not like? No. Are you stupid? So you put these two ideas together.
He has a good point. Why would you ever watch a video that has 10 views? It's probably hot shit. Actually, let me no, yeah. What have you guys ever watched a video that has 50 views? Like maybe the title and thumbnail are super appealing, but sometimes that could be the case. And if the video has 50 views, I'll just not watch it. Because the views are kind of like a reassurance. Like, oh, this video is worth watching. I think once a video has above 10,000 views, I will watch it. That's how it is. Overstimulated is so... Oh, here's one that lost its meaning. ADHD. I think ADHD has lost its meaning. Or autistic. I think over the past 4 years, people have spammed I have ADHD, I'm slightly autistic so goddamn much. I've never heard that word used more in my entire life. And I know autistic people. I know people that have ADHD. I know, so, like, actually, most of my friend group actually has a lot of those traits. But I've heard it so, like, I hop on TikTok, I just see so many people talk about it. I think it's lost its meat. Like, if you call someone autistic or I'm slightly autistic, like, I feel like people just throw the word around like as a buzzword. Almost like, I think now people say that they have ADHD to fit in. Maybe I'm growing too old. Maybe I'm out of the loop, but like, that's, I don't know. Like, that's a lot of like TikToks that I get. I love low view count videos. It's how I find new and interesting creators. Yeah, I would argue that's actually a very good thing. I'm just saying, I feel like sub 10,000 views, or maybe on sub 1,000 views, I would never watch a video. To a degree. But then again, like, a lot of content, sometimes like the views are wrong.
And it makes the workload for a smaller creator a lot harder than they probably realized it would be. Because at the end of the day, people are vain, and you have to put almost more work into making the video look like it'll be interesting than actually making the video interesting. Why did you click on this video? Did you like the thumbnail? Did the title interest you? If it did, great. I did my job, and that's a compliment. Thank you. But okay, let me ask you something else. Did you notice how low the view count was? Again, if you did, and you clicked on it anyway, hats off to you, sir. We appreciate your services here at David Achu Productions. But if you didn't, be honest, if you had noticed it, would you have clicked on this? I'm not mad or anything. I'm just asking this so you can question yourself, so you can feel bad. And
oh, OCD is a good one. I hate it when people say they have OCD and they don't have OCD. I know some people that actually have OCD. They're diagnosed. They actually have it. They hate it when people say they have OCD. It's lost its meaning to a degree, right? I have OCD. You just don't like messy shit. That's normal. I feel like the people that have OCD hate it when people say that other people have OCD. Oh my god, that's actually a really good one. There's another one that's like extremely bothers me. It's not PTSD. No. I don't know. God.
I can feel better about myself.
And how did that make you
To
feel?
me, it's what I imagine starting a small business is like. You're putting a lot of time and effort into a new venture that you're hoping will make some sort of money. And let's be honest, I don't care what anybody says. You're in this for the money. You're not better than me.
My face cam's blocking this, but also why is he in front of the green screen?
I want money.
I should do that too. I should put up my green screen and just stand in front of it and block everything that I say. Oh, I wish my face cam in chat weren't
Shut
blocking
up,
it.
we all want money. I don't care if you're like, oh no, I'm only in it for the love of the game. I'm an artist. Yeah, you're an artist who wants money. So you open up shop and literally any sort of attention is a win. And sure, it's exhilarating at first, but you start to realize quickly that the amount of work you put in is not being proportionally rewarded. But you figure, hey, if I just work for X amount of time, I'm sure it'll all be worth it in the end. And then 10X amount of time passes and it still hasn't done that yet. And it's at this point that you start to wonder if it'll ever get off the ground or if any of your dreams will be realized. And the interesting thing about it is that Well, I assume similar to a small business or an artist, you're not fully respected by other people until it's successful. It's not something that you can really brag about or frankly talk about openly because you think people might judge you because you're not making money yet. Am I in frame? Yeah.
Okay, I kind of understand the point he's trying to make. People don't respect you until it works. That actually makes sense, but you could also, a lot of people, specifically with me, a lot of people, once you succeed, they hate you. I've had so many people dislike me because I have a successful YouTube channel. People just hate change, and when you start doing something that they're not used to and it works for you and they cannot process or fathom that, they hate that. They hate that they hate that they're successful, or they're unfamiliar with that, and they process that unfamiliarity with hate, or they're just confused about it. I've had so many, like I know so many people that literally dislike me because because of my name or because of my YouTube channel, which is fine. That's okay. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, people will hate for no reason, right? Like, that's just how it is. That's how it is. That's why people make fun of you when you're initially making content, right? Which is fine. That's why it's much better when you work, when it works out, right? Like, that's just how it is. Jason, what's up? Noemi, you're going to head to bed? Dude, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting with me. Good night, dude. People wanting to do well, but not better than themselves. Yeah, exactly. That's literally what it is. Once you get bigger than them, once you start accomplishing things that they can never process for themselves, they will hate you. That's just how it is. Like, that's how it is. That's okay, right? People are people, whatever, right?
There we go. Oh, my bad. I mean, no. So you're working, grinding, hustling, trying to get the kinks out and trying to get better and better with time, but it's just not working. And as crushing as this is for you, nobody's gonna care because it's not that big a deal to them. Aw, your little video didn't get as many views as you want. Aw. Most of the time,
I'm gonna move my face cam. Actually, I'll just move the video over.
hustle will not be respected until the results meet the expectations of other people, which sucks because a lot of the time, results almost never do that in the beginning. Last week, I uploaded what was my most successful video in almost 2 years. Now I know it doesn't have a lot of views, but shut up. Let me have this. And for the past week, I have obsessively watched its view count slowly trickle up. I've read every comment, I've looked at every analytic, I've observed it and watched it from the corners and shadows of YouTube Studio like a creep. It's been a truly fun time.
I think the best advice that I have if you want to be a YouTuber, not a streamer, not a creator, as a YouTuber, if you consistently make the best video that you possibly can and improve it every time, and you know it's a good video, don't have YouTube Studio upload the video and wait. If you know you're uploading bangers, it will eventually succeed because YouTube always pushes new stuff, right? Which is why a lot of YouTubers, they just don't have YouTube Studio. They just upload a video and they forget about it, right? A lot of videos have a shoop type of thing, right? YouTube Studio is toxic. Yeah, it's so fucking toxic. Yeah. Jason, I think you know that now, right? It's just so bad. Right? Like you don't want to look at the statistics. However, if you can take the statistics, you can take the hate, you can take the criticism without the hate, like you don't take it as a personal attack on you, you can become a bigger creator from that. For example, let's say a lot of people have streamer or creator personas. Those personas allow them to distance themselves from the insults, right? Because of that, they can look at the criticism and the hate and the numbers more analytically and grow more beyond that. I feel like with that being said, like if you can recognize that, you grow as a creator much more faster.
For me. With that being said, I'm about to say something a little bit vulnerable, but I feel like I've created a safe space here for all of us. You ready? If this video does not do greater or equal numbers, I will set something on fire. A match, that is. The thing that's meant to catch on fire, silly. Of course I wasn't talking about a building or like a plot of land. I would love to believe this how this works. You get better and better, and with time your views and attention goes up and up, but it's not. It's never linear. It's just weird.
Progress on YouTube is not linear, it's a spiral. When you make videos every day and they are getting better 1% at a time, you are technically improving. You are getting better and better and better and better and better. But the views might not show that they're getting better and better and better. The reason being is because YouTube has to find out what audience watches your videos, which is why progress is a spiral. I always tell my friends that make content, or like the smaller creators that I talk to, the way that success on YouTube works is when it rains, it fucking pours. When you grind for 2 years straight and you figure out how to make good content, or finally your content pops up on the algorithm, all of those old videos will then pop up and do well. The way that I think of it is it just takes 2 years to get good at the craft and make good videos and then pop off. And then from there, you could do like whatever you want to do, right? The only reason I have YouTube Studios is to edit video descriptions and stuff. Yeah, you can do that too on your laptop as well. A lot of factor comes in views. I think one of the best things you could do as a creator is to just not look at views. I think if you define what you want from the job, that will help you achieve that success faster. If you define that you want a passion project out of it, if you have a specific creative goal, a specific type of video that you want to make, those goals help you do that. The views come with that. If you make a video that is so incredibly unique that you love and no one else can recreate, that you love and you are so passionate about, the views come with that. I would argue that the more you think about the views, the harder it is to make a video that will blow up, to a degree.
Sometimes it just fails. And you can try adjusting thumbnails and titles and tags. And yeah, I'm sure that'll do something sometimes for some people, but most of the time, you just have to do it again and hope. Which is such an interesting mental thing, because it's been said that the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and over and expect a different result, but that's exactly what you're doing.
No, you're not doing that. I understand you are, to a degree, you are doing that. You're making a video over and over again. But the difference is, if you are really trying to become greater, subconsciously speaking, you are improving from the last video. If you make 100 videos in a year after, every 3 days you make a new video, let's say a brand new video a week for 52 weeks, you are making a video. The next video you make will be done faster. It will be done better. Thus, it is different. If you actually do the same shit for 52 weeks straight, well, yes, you are fucking insane. Yeah, that is the definition of insanity. But if you are approaching this with, I want to be a good YouTuber, well, it's not, I need to make a video that needs to blow up. It's more so, I need to learn how to become someone that can make a good video. Half the shit that you're doing for 2 years or for a year or however long you want to decide to become a YouTuber and learn how to do the craft, you have to become that person, right? You're not immediately, for example, like let's say for like the gym, you're not immediately, you go to the gym one time, you're not in shape. You need to do things that will get you in shape, which is go to the gym every 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, go to the gym every 3 weeks. You do that for a year straight. If you go to the gym 3 times a week for a year straight, you are someone that is in shape, because someone in shape would go to the gym 3 days a week. Conversely speaking, if you make a video a week for a year straight, by the end of the year, you are a creator, because a creator would make a video once a week for a year straight.
I mean, you're getting a little bit better every now and then, but you're essentially making the same thing over and over and over, and you keep hoping that it'll be different, and then it's probably not going to be. You do start to feel a little crazy. At the end of the day, it's just...
I relate with that. Yeah, I relate with that. You do go, even if every video is 1% better, eventually it will snowball, right? Eventually it does snowball, but you do go crazy. I mean, for my second channel, for this channel in particular, I uploaded quote unquote daily videos for like 2 years, and only until this year with a couple more series that the channel started picking up, right? So RLDR on the vid. TLDR, you mean?
Deeply demoralizing to put so much effort into something you know
I didn't
you're
finish the
good
video
at,
yet.
or at least you think you are, and you think you're getting better, and you're improving day by day, and yet it's never getting a chance to be seen. It only makes you question, am I good at this? Am I talented? Am I funny? Is this worth it?
Is it worth it? I'm gonna say no. Best advice: quit. From Schlatt.
That was a lot of self-pity, wasn't it? My bad. Yes, it is easy to think like that.
All right, let's roll through this ending. I've been yapping too long.
Put the numbers aside. You ever make something that genuinely made you happy? Like, it's funny, or it's really well edited, or it's just overall, it makes you feel creative. You ever get those feelings? I really hope that feeling never goes away, because it is genuinely fun and enjoyable. So in that way, you always know there's some sort of sentimental.
People are brought down when their expectations don't become reality. You need to fail to rise. Yeah, I agree. With that being said, you can always, I like to think of it like just do it over and over again until it works. You could try that. Some people do that and it does work out.
Or emotional benefit that you get out of this, some sort of reward that you feel an inner pride. You'll always have that no matter what. Well, you'll always have it as long as you're trying, that is. Okay, back to the numbers for a second. It is so easy to blame everything on the all-knowing and all-powerful algorithm. But riddle me this, Sherlock. Is it possible that maybe, just maybe, your videos suck? Don't get me wrong, I've been there. Every bad title, every boring thumbnail, every stupid idea, every 2-month hiatus followed by feeling bad for yourself, then announcing that you were gonna get back into it, making 2 videos, they both flop, and then going on an even longer 2-month hiatus. How can it be even longer? They're both 2 months. I don't know. I was there through all of this, all right? We are in this together, but it gets better. Because you just have to accept that, yeah, I might suck at this. Most people do, but you
will suck. If you make videos for the first time ever, you will suck. Even nowadays, I still think my videos suck. I think with that mindset, you go into the game thinking, well, how do I make it better? And those choices to make it better will eventually make a really good video. I think it's a little bit of a toxic way to think about things, depending on how you view it. Like if you always think your videos suck, well, that's just bad mental, right? But going into the game with the mindset of, I know I need to make a better video because I don't know how to make a good video yet. And that is eventually, when you make a good video, it'll blow up. I think that's a way better mentality to a degree, right? To a degree. I've seen some really, really good videos flop, even though they're really, really good videos. But at the end of the day, YouTube is YouTube, right? It depends on what you want to accomplish out of the job.
Get over it. You get better. And then eventually you suck less. The question is for you, is it worth the effort to get from here where you suck and you're bad at this to get over here where you're slightly less worse at this? Because it's a long journey. And for some people,
years.
The answer is no.
The answer is no, yeah.
It's good to get that out of the way now so that you can spend your time doing something that you would enjoy and that you would get better at. But if the answer is yes, we've got work to do. It's very important that as much as possible, you remove your emotions from this process, or at the very least, do not let them dictate your actions.
It's hard to do that. It's hard. I know what he's talking about. It's hard. You have to be more analytical when it comes to the success on YouTube, especially like, for example, if you want to make a funny content, but you're not funny, you have to come to terms with that. And sometimes people cannot do that. And that's really, really hard. You have to literally be able to like look at it from a third person perspective and be like, hey, I want to make funny content, but I'm not funny. What do I do? You can either stop trying to make funny content or you can try to become more funny. And I feel like a lot of people cannot do that. I think inherently speaking, a lot of the success on YouTube also just comes from the fact of people being naturally gifted at what they do and making a content that no one else can create. And a lot of people look at content they want to make, but they're not good at it. I'm not saying you can't be good at it, but some people are just naturally gifted at stuff. To a degree.
As we discussed in the previous video, failure does not make you a failure. Just because you can do fractions as an 8-year-old does not mean you do not deserve love. You have to view failures as a learning experience. This flopped. Okay, why? What do I need to cut? What do I need to add? Post, get feedback, adapt, try again.
Yeah, that's how it is. And sometimes it gets really unhealthy, but that is, I think, one of the fastest ways to grow on YouTube. Cut out what doesn't work, use what does. Harder to do in practice and harder to do emotionally, But I think it does help if you have more than one channel to help test that out.
Despite the numbers or anything else, I can always take pride in that over these 2 years, I have grown as a speaker, as a script writer, as an editor, and as a fourth thing. It has also recently changed my mindset towards work and patience and believing in myself. Not too much, but also not too little. You gotta find the balance, but I've learned it. I'm doing it. And now, even if this were the last piece of media I ever made, at least I now have an entire library of dumb ideas that became reality. And no one can take that from me. Unless YouTube deleted my channel, but that would be rather rude of them. I'm kind of hoping they don't do that.
That was a good video. Very good. But yeah, I think the biggest key to success on YouTube, the biggest thing that you could do, this is my advice for every small creator, or if you want to be a creator, define why you want to do it. If you want to do it for money, you can say that. Just be honest. If you want to do it for money, for creativity, for passion, for clout, for whatever you want, if you can define what you want to do it for, it makes it easier to make a video that will help you accomplish that step. If your goal is to make a community, then success is different than a different YouTuber. If your goal is to make a community rather than financial freedom, right? And you make a video and a couple people comment, you've already accomplished something in that goal. And I think that's something that a lot of small creators don't do enough. And that's where they get stuck in the weird headspace of the algorithm. Anyway, that was really long. With that being said, I'm going to take a break for 5 minutes. I have one more video I want to watch. I'm going to play some music. How is everyone doing? Playing some music. I can read my chat now. What's everyone doing? I don't like this song. This is nice. Okay, how's everyone doing? Let me pop up my chat so I can actually read it properly. Oh my god, my back. Xeon Saga just got off of work. How was work? Tell me about work. Masculine Silk. What's up, man? Thanks for saying hi. Welcome to the chat. I have one more video I want to watch, but I don't know if I'll have enough time. You're gonna work on Terraria achievements? Dude, some of them are rough. Like the newer ones. Good luck with that. Okay. Let's see how long this, depending on how long this video is, we're not gonna watch it. This song's good. Okay. Work is tiring, but money is money. I respect it. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how I felt about schoolwork. Going to school, but school is school. I was miserable half the time. What's your opinion on mewgenics so far? It's fun. It's fun. It's just not the type of game that I would make content on. I'll stream it, but like, I streamed it earlier, right? But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys this. I'm gonna watch one more video. One more.
I've been doing.
Oops. Okay, I'm gonna pause my music. One more video. Do you guys want to watch a video about the failure of Plants vs. Zombies 3 or the death of Cube World? Up to you guys. I'll leave that in. I'll up to you guys. Plants vs. Zombies 3. Oh, that actually might have to do Cube World. Cube World is a 17-minute video. Plants vs. Zombies is a 30-minute video. Okay, I think we're gonna do Cube World. How'd you meet Cal Shrimp? How do you know my boy Cal Shrimp? What do you mean? How did I meet him? What does that mean? What do you mean? How did I meet him? We texted like a couple days ago, actually. All right, real quick. You can tell me why you said that. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. Where the hell is my screen to pause? Bazinga! Bazinga, bazinga. Oh yeah. Hello, I'm back. Was I going all out in the bathroom? I was aiming my piss at the shit stains of my toilet. Red Bull. This is the Red Bull sugar-free iced vanilla berry. My favorite Red Bull flavor. It's so good. Oh, but Sion. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. How do I know Cal Shrimp? What do you mean by that? Like you're like referring to like how I know him in real life, right? We were in the same. We applied for a streamer program. So over the, I think it was this summer, I don't remember. Last year, there was a creator program called Creator University, whatever it's called. And I applied in, I got in. And the idea of the program is a bunch of creators like compete or like make applications, and if they approve you, they fly you out to TwitchCon and you attend like a bunch of creator seminars. You meet a bunch of people in the industry, people that are like behind Elgato, people that are behind not I was gonna say a different company, but like you meet a lot of like industry people, and it's like a creator program. And Cal Shrimp was in that program, and I was in that program for that year. So it was super cool. Actually, let me show that off. Because I actually loved Creator U. It was one of my favorite. It's like a summer camp. Super cool. Here it is. How did it go? Jason asked. It was so fun. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was like one of the best creator experiences I've ever had. Right here. So they do it every year. I don't know if they're gonna do it this year, but I was in this, and me and Cal Shrimp were in the same year. So every year they like bring in a bunch of different creators. I was in it for last year. I met a lot of people. Super fun. My class was Canadian Cookie. I'm trying to not dox them. Canadian Cookie, Tomorrow Loves, Cal Shrimp, Joms, and Dingy. All of those people are like in completely different niches, right? Cal Shrimp does like Riz content. Tamara does tech content. Canadian Cookie is like a general streamer. She does like Valorant. I'll like pop in her streams, talk to her sometimes, or I'll lurk. Joms is like Apex or like shooters. I think he was playing like High Guard 2 days ago, something like that. And I don't know if Dingy streams as much anymore, but Dingy used to do like a lot of Valorant content. He was a top Cypher player, something like that. But like, it's a super cool program. Got in. That's how I met Cal Shrimp. I think we have like one video we did together, which was like a car crash video. I'm not going to show it because I don't want to get like banned or whatever. So you just met when you made that video together. Yeah, so we met about 4 days before making that video. That video was part of a workshop challenge. The challenge of the workshop was we had to create a really good short within a couple of minutes. I think it was like within 10 minutes. 10 minutes, make a short together. And I got paired with him, and we thought about the car crash video because we watched it, and we did it. It did pretty well. It was pretty funny. I think it's actually on the page. It is on the page. Holy shit, wait, let me show you guys. So we did this one. 2 hot Asian males get into a fatal car crash.
Whoa, bro, watch out, bro.
Dude, it's so fun. Dude, my hair, it's so short and flat. God. So we made this video. It was just quick meme, bro. But yeah, we did that. It was part of a workshop. It has like 80,000 views, which is really cool. Forgot I have an Instagram. All right, anyway. Yeah, that's how I met him. Anyway, we're gonna be watching this video. Let me pause my music. Oh, Okay. What went wrong, Cube World? Do you guys know what Cube World is? Actually, this game was the game I wanted to play for my entire life. When I was a kid, the first time I ever watched Cube World was a Basherverse video. This looked like the game I would play until I died. And now this game has ironically died. And I'm so sad. I remember your video on it from a long time ago. Dude, that was a really long time ago, huh? This game, so good. What kind of specs do you use for a PC? I have no idea. I have a lot of RAM. I have a 40-something card. And I have a well, I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, this, holy crap. But then it died. And there's a reason why it died. We're going to go through it. This video is made by Wicked Wiz. Sub and like.
Beautiful game made by a husband and wife that's been 8 years in the making, with
11 years now, technically. I don't know if they're still making it.
developers going missing and a community scratching their heads as to what the hell went wrong. I'm Wicked Wiz, being a man of my word and standing outside your house. This is what went wrong with Cube World, an amazing game with a lot of promise, poor developer communication, and a final release that nobody was expecting. Massive thanks to my patrons who helped support the channel.
I'm going to quickly summarize what happened with Cube World. Cube World came out in an alpha. Beautiful game. It was like an RPG cube land adventure with classes, movement, etc. And then over the course of several years, the development process or communication was like rather sparse. It wasn't really like the developer, I think his name is Wolfay. He would kind of like show new features, dungeons, new weapons, new whatever, right? New biomes, new animations, whatever. But then when the game officially came out, the core gameplay of the game was so different than what was in the alpha that people hated it. 4 years and 5 months.
Because there are essentially two versions of this game, the alpha and the final release, I'm gonna try
I love the alpha. The official release sucked.
and explain the game as broadly as possible because although these two versions share a lot in common, both are very different, which we'll look into in a bit. Cube World, in the grand scheme of things, is a procedurally
For those that don't know, what is the main difference between the official game and the official release and the alpha? The alpha was like an open world RPG. You could level up, get new skills, different biomes, items, right? In the official release, I could be wrong, and I'm pretty sure he's going to cover it in this video. In the official release, they completely changed that. No longer an open world. Instead, the world was segmented by like biomes or areas. And the loot you get in a biome or area was like region locked. You couldn't bring that gear to a new area. I know it's a little bit different. Like I think there was like level depreciation or the gear was not as strong. But the idea was the loot in one area could not be used technically or properly in the next area. And it like killed me. Dude, like I hated that. It was so bad. I played it with a couple of mods and oh my, like I played it with a couple of mods and it kind of solved it, but like it just ruined what the alpha was. And I feel like a lot of people went into the game thinking that the alpha would just be the alpha, more things. But the developer changed like the core gameplay loop, and that's why I, like other people, just didn't like it. I think I covered a couple of the details wrong. He will cover this. This is a good YouTube video.
Rated RPG with unlimited exploration. The concept is straightforward. You start off with barely anything, explore a cute yet dangerous world, encounter both friendly and hostile NPCs, do quests, and find loot. Rinse and repeat. The map is big and split up into multiple procedurally generated.
Oh my gosh, I miss this game so goddamn much. This game is so beautiful. It's so amazing.
Regions, and when I say this map is big, I mean it's really big, because without a mount you could run for a good 10 minutes to get from one point of interest to another. There are 4 different classes to pick from.
I think nowadays this game doesn't look as impressive, but like 8 to 10 years ago, oh my goodness, this game looked insane. This looked legendary. It looked so different. Oh, I miss it so bad.
From the warrior, ranger, mage, and the rogue.
I played mage. Mage was really cool. You can do like water magic or fire magic, and water magic healed you, and I love that.
Each with their own unique playstyle and choice of 2 swappable specialisms. Character customization allows you to play as a few different races, with my favorite being the frog because frogs are cool. Neither one of these races come with any base stats, at least from what I see, which is nice to see in an RPG and gives you freedom of choice without worrying about any meta. The combat mechanics are simple yet largely skill based. Left click is your quick basic attack, and right
Combat in this game was so hard. Whenever you found a really scary enemy, I remember they had like skull bowls. Dude, you would run. It's like seeing a grizzly bear in real life. I love that about this game. It looked so cute, but it was so hard. This game really was like, it was really hard. It was an alpha, right? It was an alpha, not maybe the combat wasn't completely baked, but like enemies would chase you across several fucking regions. You would take so much damage, you could like insta die, lose a bunch of stuff. It was terrifying, but I love that about this game. And I wish they expanded that more. I wish there's more. Dude, I kind of want to revisit the game. Revisit the alpha, not the official release.
Right click is your slower, heavier attack. You can roll away from trouble like it's Dark Souls and chug potions during combat to give your feeble self any kind of a chance. The aim of the game is quite simply to explore, obtain better gear and progress throughout all the different regions. Kind of. And I say that because this is where things get a little bit complicated and the story begins. Our story starts all the way back in 2011, where a man named Wolfram von Funk, also known as Wale, would start development on a game called Cube World. In June of 2011, he released 4 videos on YouTube sharing an early concept of the game, and within just 1 month, the game appeared to develop from this to this. These short videos, along with now deleted blog posts, would circulate online and quickly gain interest from a newly forming fan base. Although niche, the hype and mystery surrounding this game would only grow as people began to talk and theorize about what this game was and what it would be all about. Wale received a bunch of questions over on his Twitter, as well as positive interest for Cube World. His wife Sarah joined in, leading the art design, and for the next couple of years, screenshots of the game would be released on Wale's blog.
Dude, I remember seeing these screenshots come out. I used to stalk the blog because I was waiting for the game to come out eventually. And then when the game came out, I was, sorely disappointed, unfortunately. But this game looked beautiful. Like, even nowadays, I would argue it looks better than some games.
Twitter, and YouTube. Updates and screenshots were coming out with a good amount of consistency and pretty much monthly. Throughout this time, fans of the game would hear news about an alpha release being published at some point in 2013. Looking through his Twitter during June of 2013, it becomes quite clear that the hype for this game was pretty big. So big that inevitably people with malicious intent would seek to capitalize on this with fake downloads of the game, becoming a thing to be wary of. In July of 2013, the alpha version of the game was released. Although weirdly enough, it wasn't mentioned or announced on Twitter, but either way, once people found out about it, the game sold pretty quick. So much so that the server was overloaded and Wale had to close the store as nobody was able to access the page. It actually turns out that
damn, this is actually, what a great way to like think about it in like video game wise. This was during a time when Discord wasn't a thing yet, like officially like super popular. This was during a time where, yeah, Steam was around, but like most games still had their own independent store page. I think nowadays when you think about a game having their own page, like Vintage Story, I think that's a little bit more uncommon now. Whereas before it was way more common. And I feel like it's so weird to think about it. Like, for example, when I went into high school and I came back into gaming and making YouTube videos and actually buying more games and trying new games. Dude, Steam, Epic Games Store, Xbox Game Pass on the PC. There's so many avenues to buy and play different games now, whereas before it was so much more interesting and harder to get. I mean, then again, the internet develops at a rather insane pace, but also it's just so interesting to see that, like, wow, this game was on an independent store page. Holy crap, dude, that's so insane to think about. Also, what else was there? I don't know. It's just insane to see how like gaming has changed platform wise. Like, imagine in 10 years, what if Steam's not a thing anymore? I think Steam will still be a thing. I mean, Steam has so many avenues of making money. Steam, the Steam Cube, the Steam's Monopoly, right? So, Cheese Master, what's up, dude? I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know.
The store
I don't
page
know
was
where I'm going with that.
overloaded due to a DDoS attack. Even prior to this, in June, he was struggling with too much traffic, but it's easy to assume that this could have been a fairly large fan base and wanting to get in early. These DDoS attacks...
I know what I was going with that. I think Cube World was ahead of its time. This game is beautiful even nowadays. I would still play this nowadays. If this game got an actual proper... I think the developer is making a different release. I'm going to check that out later. I think it's called Cube World Omega, whatever it is. I don't even know if it's going to work out. But I feel like this game, if it came out now, as is, like if the alpha released now, it would still do relatively successful.
Would prove to become a bit of an issue later on down the line and could also be the cause to a lot of what went wrong with this game. The alpha build of the game was and still is pretty damn solid. Granted, there isn't that much content, but it will keep you going for a long while. The combat feels fluid and is pretty damn fun. You can fight much harder enemies like these cows in the background, take them on with pure skill, or be a coward like me and get the whole village to help you out. Progression in this build is truly limitless.
Is there someone fixing Cube World? I don't know. I've heard of rumors of people making mods and doing that type of stuff, but I don't know if the official game itself is like still in development. From my understanding, I do know that you can play the game with mods to replicate the alpha, but there's more content. However, I tried that out 3 years ago, so it might be different now.
Leveling up is straightforward, you just kill more things and get more XP. You can get skill points to play with to upgrade your character, and you can explore for as far and as long as you want, as enemies will scale with you along the way. This is all quite important information, as you'll see soon, but for now, let's continue. Between the 5th and the 23rd of July 2013, 2 updates came out, both being quite big bug fixes. Now it's important to mention that even at this time, the DDoS attacks were still coming left, right and center. This only complicated things as Wally had to essentially work multiple jobs, updating the game, fixing the website and doing customer support and so on. From the 12th of July, things on Twitter began to slow down. You see, Twitter for this project and for Wally was everyone's main source of communication and progress for the game. Wale would disappear for about a month and come back in August with a short spree of tweets in just one day. Then another month goes by and people were beginning to show some concern, as there was no sign for any new updates or even tweets about...
I think one of the biggest things that was like not the fault of Cube World or the developer, it was just the fact that this was, I think, a passion project. Imagine if you made a passion project, everyone loved it, and they beg you to make more. But then at that point, it's not a passion project, it's an obligation, because now the entire world is forcing you to do that one thing. I mean, like, for example, like, look at Danny, right? Like, obviously, there's like some speculation that Danny is Vetinat who made Megabonk, but I feel like that the obligation to create a passion project it's just not a passion project anymore. And I feel like that's probably what happened.
The game. In this time,
like he was probably like Wale. Like I'm positive this was a passion project. He made it, posted it, showing it off, super cool. Then it sold so much more than he realized, to the point where now it's just not a passion project.
There were some screenshots on his blog, but not much else. Because people were worried, Wally would come back in October with one tweet to assure everybody that they're still working on the game. And then would come back in November with more tweets showing some more progress. This would continue and the hype train was pretty much back on. Even with this less consistent form of communication, the fans knew that the game was being worked on just by 2 people. This would continue until January of 2014, where a big update for a questing system was teased. Now,
I remember being here.
Until January of
2014. Was I in 7th grade? I remember when they were introducing quests. I don't think it ever came out.
Big update for a questing system was teased. Now this was pretty exciting because everybody had something to look forward to. This was it. The game was going to be even better than before. A couple months go by and in April there are a few tweets talking about the questing system, and in May there was another blog post about it, and then a month later after that, Wale releases a trailer for this new big update. It looked pretty cool and it was a relief to see some progress on this new update. Sure, the communication was more spaced.
Do you guys remember Trove? Crazy shot in the dark, but Trove, it looked like Cube World, but it was like significantly more pay to win. I used to play Trove for hours with my little brother. We played, like, they had like classes, like skills, dungeons, but then it just became so pay to win with everything. It was crazy. You'd play Trove. Trove, dude, I think if you go on Steam, Trove is still on Steam, but I think the ratings are unbelievably low now. I genuinely think it's just because it's pay to win. God, Trove is crazy. I think there's another game that's it's still an active community. Seriously? Wow.
Out than before, people can rest assured that the game is clearly being worked on. But shortly after this video, Wale just disappeared.
Old Trove was so good. Yeah, I remembered it. I remember playing it. The grind is, I remember it. I remember grinding Trove for hours, loved the game, and then they just kept adding more stuff and it was just, ugh.
This wasn't another month without a tweet or a screenshot. He was just gone. No updates, no posts, no nothing. Did something happen? Is Wale okay? There were theories going around that he did a runner and abandoned the game. Just took all the money and left. People still believed in Wale and the project, but speculation around the game started to grow. Finally, on the 10th of October 2015, a rather strange tweet came out where Wale would say, "I'm currently adding music to Cube World." After a year and a half, Wale came back as if nothing happened, and from this point onwards, he would continue tweeting about the game almost daily. The Quest update appeared to still be in progress. Bear in mind that the last update that was released was all the way back in July of 2013. For the next year or so, progress on the Quest update was shared along with more screenshots, such as dungeons, improvements to exploration, music, and so on. Hype for the game was still around and the fanbase only continued to grow. However, there were some people that either just forgot about the game or were starting to lose some faith as to whether this game would ever receive an update. It was nice to see the overall progression of development on the game, but with no updates to the alpha being released, there was nobody to experience any of it. This would become a much bigger problem for a whole other reason, which...
Why didn't Wale hire more people? If he was, I mean, obviously I don't know him, but it sounds like he could have just hired someone to maintain the website, hire playtesters, hire someone else to work with him. I truly do believe it was just the fact that it was a passion project that he didn't do any of that. Because I feel like if you approach this with the idea of like, okay, well, I'm building this game, I know I wanted to eventually sell everywhere, I think you would hire more people. And also, I think he sold the game anyway. Like, the alpha wasn't free. You had to buy a game key to download it. I feel like at that point, you would have enough funds and enough capital to hire. Maybe he did hire more people. I mean, I don't know the guy, right? And I never made a game before.
We'll understand very soon, or should I say after the next couple of years of radio silence, because on the 2nd of July 2017 Wale would leave yet again with no sight or sound. Again, the silence would fall and Cube World would continue to be more of a mystery than anything else. And to add to this, the game was no longer...
Let's actually hold up. Let me I want to see the Steam page for Cube World. $20. Oh shit. Dude, mostly negative, 5,000 reviews. Waited since childhood, could barely stomach a couple hours of playtime. I played this a lot during the alpha. I loved it with all my heart and soul, but this final version, seeing the state of the game today was more painful than a brick flying into your balls. The developer hasn't delivered on a single promise in the 10 years I followed the game. The whole game is a wasted opportunity. You'd probably have more fun watching a $20 bill burn. Hey, it's a good review. For what it's worth, I still love the game. I understand it's flawed. I understand it's near abandoned. I can't let it go. Call it what you want. Damn. Shared it with my brother. We both own it in hell. Once in a blue moon, we play it together. I joke about it. Bad game. Here's my positive. Dude, this is so sad. All right, here's what I'm talking about. About this full release. There is progression in one region at a time, excluding pets, money, and levels. You always start over in a new region. Because of that, your legendary grade items aren't worth crap. It feels like there's less content than in the alpha because of that. That's the thing. It's like when you, in an open world RPG, how is your progress limited to an area? Dude, this is fucking insane, dude. Last you heard, Wale is trying to recreate Cube World on Unreal. Yeah, but like, how long is that going to take? He took years to just get the alpha and then officially the omega or the official release out, right?
Available, as it was just taken off the store. As time went by, more theories would continue to stew within the community. People wanted to know what was going on. People really wanted to know if this game was ever going to be released and if their money was well spent on the alpha. On the 26th of January 2019, the silence was finally broken as Wally came back with a new tweet. There was no explanation as to where he went, and it was almost as if nothing happened. Wally did stay true to his word, because on this day he made 3 more tweets. One about flying, one about activating fast travel shrines, and finally one about gnomes. But as you could probably guess by now, that was short-lived because Wally again went absolutely silent. But this time,
how much did Cube World sell? If Cube World sold millions of copies, couldn't he have theoretically either like retired or taken more time off to work on the game? Cube World sales. Because it sounds like it was a passion project. He didn't have enough time to do anything. Oh my goodness. Since its release in 2000, no, that doesn't sound right. Some numbers are saying 7 million, 5 million. I feel like if he sold so many copies, he could have just taken the time off to... Whatever, dude. That's...
for 6 months, only to come back in
I'm not a
July
game dev. I've tried Godot. I tried coding. It's hard.
share more screenshots of the game. All this did was prove one thing, that the game was still being worked on, but there were no clear signs as to whether a new update or release would ever come out. At this point, people were expecting him just to disappear again. So far, it seems like Wale would disappear and only come back to reassure people that he hasn't run off with the money. But on the 7th of September 2019, a strange blog post would come from Wale that would explain what's been going on for the past few years. This is what it said word for word. When I released Cube World back in 2013 on our homepage, I was enthusiastic to finally share my game with you. It was a dream come true for me. I wanted to be a game developer ever since I was a kid. As some of you might remember, we got DDoSed as soon as we opened the shop. It might sound silly, but this...
Okay, that kind of makes sense. PTSD from getting DDoSed. Damn.
With anxiety and depression ever since. Social media didn't improve it, as you might imagine.
Yeah, I mean, if your primary way of communicating was on Twitter, whew.
Still not sure if it's a good idea to tell the world about it, but I wanted to give the fans an explanation. There were several points in the past years I considered releasing an update, but every time I was afraid it wasn't good enough. I'm also a bit of a perfectionist, and it made me rework everything from scratch several times. The version I'm planning to release is basically Cube World 2.0. There are still many things I would like to add in the future, but I think this version is already fun. It's really sad to see that this man was discouraged by all the DDoS attacks. Although some people might not see it as that much of a big deal, negativity like this has a different impact on different people. This game was Wale's passion project, and with that came an emotional attachment. These people weren't just attacking a game, they were attacking Wale, so I can only feel bad for him in this case. But either way, after releasing an alpha that people paid for and showed a lot of support for, the lack of any real updates and the inconsistent communication didn't really make any of this better. I think one of the main reasons as to why Wale would just disappear for a while from Twitter would also be due to the negativity that he got online. People were...
yeah, dude, that's insane. That is so much hate. Every day, release the update, release the update, release the... I would have killed myself.
When they are passionate about a project, but there were legitimate questions as to what was going on. Although there was a lot of support for the game and Wale himself, which overall made this divide between people who are quite negative about the project and people who are quite positive. If you know anything about the internet, negativity just hits harder. There's also the issue of perfectionism, which in itself is a recipe for disaster, as things not only take longer to produce, but also leaves you without any feedback, as these updates weren't tested in phases by any of the users. Wale felt the pressure to release anything. He wanted everything to be perfect, but in doing so, he only heightened the expectations, and that just got worse over time.
Kiwi, thanks for stopping by. Good night, okay?
went on. On the 6th of September, Wally would announce that Cube World would be released on Steam very soon, sometime later in September or October, confirming that all owners of the alpha version would get a free key for the Steam release. Later that month, on the 20th, the fanbase was blessed with the official Cube World release trailer. This was a 4-minute long video showing off the game along with all the new features that were added to it throughout the past few years, and it was a sigh of relief for a lot of people. There was so much hype surrounding this that even Mr. Beast left a comment, and then only 10
What? Mr. Beast?
days after that, Cube World was finally released. People could finally play all these new updates, all these new changes that they've been hyped for so long. But this is where things take a darker turn because, oh boy, this was one hell of a surprise. Immediately, people noticed there was something off about the game. It looked similar, but almost reworked in a way. Although Wale did mention at points that he was reworking a lot of systems, people weren't really expecting it to this degree. The mechanics seemed remade. There were a bunch of promised features missing, as detailed in this Reddit post. Even worse, the progression system was totally reworked. In the alpha, you could level and progress as far and as much as you wanted. It was technically infinite, which made the game pretty unique. There was a skill tree, and you could go from region to region without any trouble, just leveling up by killing monsters and collecting new rare loot. But in the Steam release, you don't gain XP via killing monsters. You only level up by finding and collecting artifacts.
And then when you move into new areas, they're bazinga gone, dude. Gosh, man. Oh.
Which on its own isn't the worst design choice, as it encourages you to explore not just for loot, but also for something else. However, this wasn't really communicated, so it came as a shock to many people. But the worst thing about this release is that your items were region locked, meaning that all the good gear you collected is useless the moment you cross over to another region, and all of the useful items that you collected, gone. Meaning that there's no real reason to explore further than the region you're in because all sense of progression is now void.
Yep, that is, an adventure game, but your items are region locked. Oh my gosh, dude. God, dude, that, it makes me so sad thinking about it. Honestly, if they didn't have, if that was the one thing that they didn't have, if everything else was like you just kept everything, there's no region lock, I think the game would have been received so much more better. Yeah, there's a lot of changes, a ton of changes, but I think if that's like the big thing, an adventure game with region lock, what?
People of course weren't happy about this, and a lot of other little things too. The reviews for this game are currently mixed for a reason. There were a lot of strong emotions going around.
Every review that I see, it just literally says the early access is more fun. Like that's just fucking insane,
for what
bro.
just happened. The expectations for this game were subverted, and it left a lot of people just feeling down about the whole situation. Adding to this,
it also doesn't help that this game was literally like in development for like years. Like no updates or sparse updates on Twitter. Game finally comes out, super hype, completely different than what you expected. Oh my dude.
people who bought the alpha and forgot about Cube World couldn't even access their Steam key, as it was only available to supporters for a limited period of time, which only annoyed people even more. With all this backlash and confusion, Wale did a Homer Simpson and faded into the bush, and there's been no sign of him or any update to the game ever since. From the point of this recording, the game is abandoned. But then again, not entirely. I didn't want to just look at what went wrong here, because although the base game has a really annoying progression system, it's still not that bad of a game. Granted, I've not played it nearly as much as most people, so I can't give a solid review of the game, but after playing both the alpha and the Steam release for a few hours, as well as having a look at all the drama, I can see the appeal of the game and understand why people felt let down. Thankfully, Cube World does have some sort of community. It's small, but they do have an active Discord. When I joined, I noticed a couple of people streaming, and I jumped in to say hi. We talked about the game a little bit. They took me through the general concept of it all, as well as what went wrong throughout development. When talking about the issue with the region-locked items and gear, they shared a link to me with this mod right here. It's clear that some people...
This is the one I played. I played Cube World Better Progression. It just changes how it is. It makes it more similar to the alpha. It's so good. It actually makes it playable. That's what I played when I played Cube World, I think 3 years ago.
Although it's still being sold for about $20 and...
$20 is a scam. That's about... $20 is a scam, bro.
Doesn't have a workshop page, meaning that you're gonna have to do a little bit more to mod the game. There's probably not gonna ever be another update. It's a shame to see that this game is essentially supported by its abandoned community, but also reassuring at the same time. Cube World for the longest time has been a mystery. A passion project that started off with an enthusiastic developer that went missing for months, even years at a time, with a grand finale where the release of the game left everyone with more questions than answers.
Over 4 years ago, this video came out. Yeah, I know, and he made an update on it too. I'm not gonna watch the update video, but regardless, like dude, when I went into the Discord of Spectrums and Invisimals, dude, those games have not had a sequel in years. Dude, people are still talking about it. It's just those games that just stick with you, you know? Like I think when I'm 30, I'll still be thinking about Fossil Fighters. Surely there's some people out there that would do the same thing for Cube World.
So what went wrong? If it wasn't obvious, quite a few things, but I believe the main...
What went wrong? Lack of communication, changing so many features, taking years to make an actual like update come out, with all those things being different. I think I don't know, like I said, I don't know the process of game development. I don't know how hard it is, but I feel like Wale, with the money he had, could have hired more people. Maybe.
Main issue lies with expectations versus reality. For
the
longest time, everyone was just
$20 for what came out was a scam. Yeah, like I think a big thing is just the fact that the developer promised so many different things and it wasn't in the game. Like it's like I saw, like, when you were on Twitter back then, like when I was a kid looking at the updates on Twitter, the dungeons, more pets, more quests, more things to do, right? So many crazy things were at the time during for gaming, right? Like at that moment in time, like what was coming out? Black Ops 3, not even, right? Call of Duty Ghosts, those games. At least Cube World was doing a bunch of things right, and it looked good, and it was promising so many things where it was just like, wow, this game is amazing. And then it came out, and a lot of those promises weren't there. The base game that everyone loved wasn't there. $20 fucking dollars. I think the joke about Silksong being rushed is funny. They find a minor niche bug. I think Silksong, I don't know where I'm going with that. Sorry.
Left with an early alpha version of the game. And although there were signs of progression with new updates promised along the way, nobody had a chance to experience any of it. Wale said it himself. He's a perfectionist, someone who won't settle for anything less. He kept working on the game until
Terraria came out in 2011. Yeah, but I would argue that Terraria, the base Terraria, was not fun. I think Terraria became really, really fun around like 1.1 and 1.2. When Terraria first came out, I hated the game. I played it when it first came out. I didn't like it until 1.1 and 1.2 came out. I think that was for me personally. But at the time, when you compare 2011 Terraria to Cube World just looks insane. It looks better. Not to say that Cube World is better. It just looks better. It's 3D. You can walk around, super vibrant. The promise of the alpha compared to the other game looks really good, right? Whereas Terraria was just like a 2D resprited Final Fantasy like game. It looked ass. Nowadays, obviously Terraria looks beautiful, but back then, Cube World, in relation to the other games around it, there was not a lot of other games that were doing what Cube World did. Eventually Trove came out, but Trove is fucking dog shit now.
Till it was perfect to his standard, which is a process that I'm all too familiar with myself. You keep wanting to add new things to it. You keep thinking, oh, I need to add this. Oh, this is not perfect. No, I need to change this. And any deadline that you have for yourself just gets pushed back further and further. The only people really testing this game were just him and his wife. There was a beta test at some point, but this was short-lived as the release came out soon after. When you build a game for yourself, anything goes. But when you make a game that people will buy, then communication is a must. It was 6 years since the last update for the—
Dude, I should have been his marketing intern, dude. Fucking type it on Twitter. Dude, I really do believe he should just hired more people. Like, there's no way he didn't have the money to. I keep repeating that point. Lofi, what's up, dude? How you been, man? We haven't talked in like... It's been a while.
I think a lot of people rightfully assumed that the big release on Steam would only improve what was already there, but that wasn't the case, because a lot changed all at once, a lot of things were completely reworked, and none of it was properly tested or communicated. If this was
Fuck it, yo. We recreate Cube World. We do it. I've heard of a game called Valorant. I checked it out. It's supposed to be like a reimagining of Cube World. I don't know if it's good. I tried it like a couple of years back. I didn't like it. Maybe I'll check it out.
The way that the game was always going to be, then I doubt the response would have been so negative. But that's only if the developer made it clear from the start, or at least somewhere down the line. I do honestly hope for the best for Wale, because it's clear that he did struggle throughout the whole process of this game. It almost seemed like he just wanted to get this off his chest and then leave it at that. And if you think about it, this really is a tale of suffering from success. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean, this is a passion project that a lot of people also got on board with. And I think the pressure and the attention surrounding it, the expectations from the community, and the anxiety about failure got to Wally in the end. But that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying this,
Good video. So I do know he made an update about Cube World Omega. I'm not gonna watch it because I don't think we'll have enough time. But yeah, they're remaking it on a new engine. One of those things that feels like it's part of every game dev catastrophe story. Quick year. Oh wow, someone made an update. Quick year later update. Wale hasn't posted anything on Twitter for a year till the 11th of August of this year, 2025. Stayed radio silence, at least on Twitter. Seems he's not only working on what it was shown here, but in an engine that allows him to work with 3D. I hope bro pulls a No Man's Sky and releases an actual game worth the money, but everything tastes and smells familiar. Let bro cook. Literally a decade later, Lamau. Yeah, it's cooked. All right, but I don't know, dude. Cube World is Cube World. I sincerely doubt it will ever come out properly. Let me go on Cube World Reddit. I don't, it's just not happening. Damn, Cube World Reddit has 40,000 people. Why is everyone talking about Cube World being a Hytale being a good replacement for Cube World? So sad. Damn. All right. Okay. Anyway. I am really tired. I'm probably gonna end the stream in like 5 minutes, maybe. You need my background, honey. No, dude, no. Fucking tired. Okay. All right. How about we'll stream for like 5 more minutes? I'll show you guys what I've been up to. Okay. So I'm gonna end the stream in like 10 minutes, but before that, I want to show you guys what I've been doing. I think it's super cool. I think you guys will like it. I made a video on it a little while back. No updates on it, but I think I'm gonna get back into it. Around the summer, I was learning something called Godot, which is a game engine. And in that time, or in the week that I learned it, I coded this. Bazinga. So I made this. And it looks really complicated, but basically you open it. And it's like a task manager. I'm gonna mute it. But basically I made this a couple months back around the summer. I think I made a video on it. I don't know if anyone remembers it. But basically the idea of this is you type in tasks, and then whatever your task is, you can pin them. And depending on however many you complete, you get experience and you level up. And there's a timer for Pomodoro, etc. So I made this months ago. Like, I coded everything. Bazinga. I coded everything. It's not crazy code, right? It's just whatever, right? It's like super basic stuff. But I learned all of this in a week with no experience. I didn't understand anything about computer science. I didn't go to school for computer science. I learned all of this. It's super basic. It's super bad code, but it's like I did it in a week from no experience, and I'm super proud of it, right? I've been thinking about going back into coding, but it's like, I don't remember anything that I wrote. Like, all the stuff in here, I don't like, I could see it. I understand that I did it and why I did it, but if I had a blank canvas, I wouldn't do it again. So I don't know. I've been thinking for about like a week straight if I should start working on this again, add a pet system, add more tasks, add more add more modularity. It's not modularity. Add more modular features. That. Or start like a brand new project, because I really do want to get more into game dev. This is a really fun project that I made. I was thinking about maybe doing a stream where I code infinite tic-tac-toe. I think that'd be really easy. I don't know how to do it off the top of my head, but I think if I was streaming it, I could figure it all out. But yeah, this was super cool. I was thinking about, starting this back up. There's this autosave file, etc. But I don't know. I gotta think about it. I might like go ask around like some people that are either in CS or ask a lot of the like the coding YouTubers that I know, like for any advice. I think it'd be super fun. But yeah. Anyway. You also just started with Godot. The way that I see it is you will always have the web to use, so not remembering everything all at once is okay. Yeah, I understand that. I get that. I feel that the same way too. I don't remember half the stuff I did. It's more so during that time when I made that app, I did everything in a week. I went from 0 to that in a week. Like no knowledge of anything, no idea how to write code, no idea how to use Godot. I did it in a week. And I think if I had continued coding at least an hour a day, I would feel more comfortable getting back into the mix. But now, after being away for months, I feel very scared to do it, which is why I'm very hesitant to code more. But maybe with streaming more, I will go back into it more. But like, yeah, you're right. Like everything's on the web. You can look at everything. You could have documentation. You could do all that type of stuff, right? So, yeah. Oh, hey, Brennan. It would be cool to release on iPhone. Yeah, I thought about putting it on the phone, but it just didn't work out. It's, I don't know how to render stuff. I don't know how to make it work. But anyway. I'm gonna end the stream now. It's been 4 hours. I streamed way longer than I realized. I thought I was gonna stream for 2 hours, but maybe I'll do another stream this week. No idea. I just wanted to watch YouTube videos and chill. I need to go edit now, edit a couple videos, and also eat because I didn't eat breakfast yet. So yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by in the stream and saying hi. I appreciate every single one of you. I have memorized most of the people that pop up in my chat, and let's say goodbye to everyone. Let's play the music. Bazinga! Goodbye, everyone. Cheese Master, Lamb64, Sulfuric, Cool Boy, Decatron, Minion, Brennan, Ghost Warrior. Thank you guys all. Sion, thank you guys all for stopping by, saying hi. I remember more and more people every time I stream. It's super cool, actually. I feel like my brain is like fucking. But yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Don't know when I'll stream next, but hopefully next stream I will actually have activities to do. So yeah. Bye guys. Bye guys. Bye guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. Bye guys. Sorry, Cone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Bye guys. Bye guys. Bye guys. I'm so tired. I gotta bounce.